That's funny.
Broadcasting live from the mixed up world of Hyrule, this is the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Bobtastic, and joining me today on commentary is Kuiper Don't Care. Kuiper, how you doing?
Wait a minute. What's your name again?
I believe I said Dr. Bobtastic. I could be making that up.
I thought you said Mike. I thought this was Michael Buffer.
I don't know what's going on.
By your intro, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm doing commentary with Michael Buffer." Pretty soon he's gonna say, "Let's get ready to rumble," and they're gonna get going. And but yeah, man. My first question to you, I guess this is gonna be my second question to anybody else. But my first question to you is your real name Bob?
It is, yes. And I am in fact a doctor, though not that kind of doctor.
What kind of doctor?
I have a PhD, but that's about it.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, is there some type of like weird doctor that I'm not supposed to like know about or something? But anyway, my second question is: so we have the quote unquote fifth seed here in Used Pizza, taking on Cloudike, who I all day long in my stream today misinterpreted him as Killer App for some ridiculous reason. But as far as we know, this is Cloudike, at least as far as that's what I've been told. At least this is not Killer App taking his place. So,
yes. Killer
I don't
App
know, how do you think, starting off
Monday.
with a Spirit Medallion, how do you think these players are going to do right now? Used Pizza is the fifth seed. All right, let's not. He earned his stripes. He got the fifth seed.
I personally like just mentally think of it as 33rd seed, just because he had to come in and he was slotted into the fifth seed position because the fifth seed position dropped out. But that's neither here nor there. And it does look like we are now underway.
Out of these two tunic colors, which one do you prefer, Bob?
Oh, that is a tough question. I think I'm on Cloudike's team here.
Yeah, I really like that dark green. Used kind of looks like just like a washed out blue. Get a heart piece here first. Ooh, a nice Goron. That's actually interesting. The seed I did earlier had a Goron bracelet in the exact same chest. I am not making that up.
Well, an early lift upgrade is always an interesting play. That is going to unlock a significant portion of what?
A vanilla Kokiri sword.
Vanilla Kokiri sword. Did this just happen?
That might be one of the first vanilla Kokiri swords I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that was weird enough to interrupt my entire train of thought. We are off to the races here.
So not much. Ooh, had a big backflip by Cloudike. So just here early routing, I just want to get your opinion on this first, Mr. Bobtastic. So seeing this few rupees, I'd like to think that a lot of people are just going to take either the early child route that gets you all the songs, or the adult route that takes you into Kakariko. Which route do you personally prefer?
Well, here's the thing. The Kokiri sword being available makes me want to grab 15 more rupees and just do Deku.
Oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. And it doesn't look like DP is not going to take that route, and it looks like Cloudike is actually going to take your advice. What it appears to be. He's just going to farm up some rupees here.
Wait, you could get rupees off of those too?
Yeah, that little jump there, yeah, you can get a $5 from that.
Well, now I am flabbergasted.
That's a solid word. Can we just get some respect for the word flabbergasted right now? It's a solid word.
All right, so Used Pizza does look like he's going for the open grotto in South Hyrule Field.
And Cloudike electing to dive down to check the total depth of that little lake right there in Kokiri Forest. Also, like you said, with that Kokiri sword, you're just going to get a whole bunch of free Deku sticks just farming up these Babas.
I am certainly on board with that, and you can also get free Deku nuts from the ones that just don't want to stand up. We'll also be able to see some hint stones here in a second. We're going to get one in this grotto. That is Bigaron crafts a bomb bag. Whoa, that's kind of...
That's a rough hint. We also have, I believe it was Lost Woods is barren, so no Skull Mask in this seed.
Yep, and for those of you who just really hate the Ocarina game, it's gone too.
But see, I don't think the Ocarina game is as bad with just having to play 5 notes.
Yeah, it's not. But I know at least a couple people in my chat are just like, no, I cannot be here for this, even when it's on 5 notes.
We also just got Sheik in the Forest will teach Song of Storms.
Uh-huh. So logically, you will need the Minuet of Forest or Saria's Song to get that.
Or just a hookshot or a bow.
Yeah, but nobody's going to nobody's going to have problems getting over Mido.
Absolutely not. The dude's he's a little too short, never had his growth spurt growing up, so we could just jump right over him. Cloudike with a piece of heart in. All right, we were talking, you and I, Mr. Excuse me, Doctor. But I'm gonna do that at least 10 times during the broadcast. I hope you don't mind.
It either way.
But we talked about chickens in this, as some people in chat here may know that I am not very fond of the chicken checks in this game. But you actually said that using the chicken to kind of move around is what you don't like necessarily.
I am literal, actual garbage at picking up that chicken after grabbing the item there in Gerudo Valley. I'm just actual garbage at it. And Cloudike is now completely flush with cash.
Big rupee there, and also a big Poe in a bottle. Very interesting pull there.
Now, something that came to my attention the other day. We have Kakariko on the way of the hero, by the way.
Shocked.
Yeah, I know. But finding a big Poe in the bottle actually just puts the big Poe check in logic.
Does it really?
Yes, because you can't empty the big Poe without turning it in.
I actually did not know that.
Whoa, speaking of bomb bags.
A free bomb bag.
Yeah, no need for any of that adult trade quest situation. We are done with that. Bigoron can just kind of sit there with his sore eyes and go away.
Oh, poor Bigoron. He's never gonna get his eye drops, never gonna tell you about how his sword is his finest creation. Yeah, that was an entire explosive valley. DP got bomb shoes and then immediately got bombs.
All right, now back out into Lake Hylia. We're going to get to see some pretty interesting checks here. Interestingly enough, Market is barren as well.
So that big Poe is nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is kind of a bummer for Cloudike. He probably saw that. I was like, oh, wow, that's a pretty cool thing to get. I can check that super quick on my way out when I turn adult, but gonna get nothing for it.
Yep, I mean, at least you get an open bottle.
Ooh, yeah. If, I don't know whose audio they have queued up right now, but DP's target Navi sound is Maweep. That's pretty cool.
Well, that is some pretty solid sound play there. And usedpizza is going for a check that, would actually be in Logic in version 3.0 with this setup. Hey, Ferrari's Wind in the bottom of deck.
Nice item to get. Still no magic to use it, but we could potentially, depending upon how this dungeon spread looks, we don't know that just yet, but could be coming in a lot more handy depending upon if we have to do, Shadow Temple or maybe Fire Temple. Also, I love this setup for the Basement 1 skip that Cloudike is doing right now.
I was about to say, it looks like Cloudike is doing a setup I am unfamiliar with.
Very nice. I love that setup. It just eliminates that whole rolling into that wall, and I don't know, it just seems a little more consistent that way to me. I think the first person I saw do that was Bloody Biscuits, I think was the first person I saw do it. I don't want to attribute that trick to Bloody Biscuits, but he was the first person I saw do it.
Well, all right. Looks like there wasn't much of value at the fishing game. And it looks like usedpizza might be going for the...
I think he's just swimming out to the owl, right?
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, you can... I forgot you can actually swim onto that island.
Now, cloudike here, taking a little bit of a gamble. We started off, as you can see on your screens right now, with the Spirit Medallion. We don't know if killing Goma is, in fact, going to be worth it. Actually, he messed up the little setup there, had to redo it. Gets it on the second try, very nicely done. Quick kill on Goma.
Yeah, if you miss the first hit, you definitely just want to back off and throw another nut here in a bit.
Chimpan Reeve putting down the bet that this is a stone Deku 100%. If it's a medallion Deku, that feels bad because there was nothing in here. See a fire medallion Deku. Let's see, is anybody right?
And Deku Tree is the Shadow Medallion.
Actually, you know what? That's pretty interesting because now when cloudike goes adult, he's just gonna get a free item right when he goes adult.
Very true. Now, whatever item that is going to be, like, logically, at least when you're thinking about it, locked behind finding a slingshot.
Correct, yes. cloudike making his way out. Now, let's see if he elects to go through the Child Gerudo Valley route, if he's just going to go straight to adult now that he has that Spirit and Shadow Medallion. And it looks like he's going to take the same route DP has gone. DP... Has DP forgotten he has a sword? Is that what he's doing?
Well, I mean, he hasn't used it yet.
I mean, it isn't entirely useful. I mean, if you can get sticks. He has no grace. Oh, man. DP gonna head out. I think he's jumping up the chains again. He wants to fully stack himself up on sticks is what I think he's doing right here.
But does he have style? Well, he also doesn't know that the market is barren, so he's probably also getting money for the
slingshot
shooting gallery.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I don't know. Can DP handstand when he needs to? Was anybody here in chat? No. Is that something he's able to do?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask about his flexibility.
His upper body strength. He has a funny face confirmed. Just turn your monitor upside down. All right. I think that's what I'll do.
Fair enough. All right. So use pizza going for the cuckoo or the egg.
The damn chicken egg. Flant thinks he's farming up to buy a Hylian shield. If that was what he was doing, I would really question some of this decision-making. DP. Oh, picking up that rock. Just wanted to make sure nothing was hiding underneath it. Hey,
and
put
he's
the sword
using
on.
the sword.
He didn't forget. Congrats,
all right, so use
DP.
pizza is going to go for the immediate Zelda's Lullaby check, which you do kind of want to get some songs. Those are kind of more of the most important songs or locations to check in the game.
Correct,
Words.
yeah, and saw that Sheik in the forest hint for the second time there, so no new hints. All right, cloudike not losing his chicken there. See what this hint is here.
All right, Vanilla Song of Time today.
I tell you what, that's one of those Ocarina of Time song checks that I don't want to say I get a little nervous, but depending upon what this dungeon spread is, I might be getting a little bit concerned. Especially if we see that water temple on there and we're not getting any sort of hint for the water temple river chest.
Yeah. Also, at least logically, it can mess with forest temple access and various things like that.
All right, come on, Mario, wake up. It's almost daytime. Get yourself up. There we go. I've actually never seen anybody wake him up from on top of the box. That's pretty cool. Never seen anybody do that before.
That certainly works.
What in tarnation? Oh, TW Roxas with the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much, dude.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
And it's Minuet Forest, so Song of Storms is in logic.
Free Song of Storms, yeah. Also, makes it a lot quicker to get over to do that Saria song check if usedpizza decides to do that. Huh. All right, now he's probably... I think he might just be going adult. Looks like that's what he's doing, unless he's just coming in to read these hints. Okay, so we got that. All right, so we need our Forest Medallion to get Nocturne of Shadow, and GTG's on the way to the hero. So those are 2 big hints. Get to see where that Forest Medallion is here in a little bit as DP is making his way over to the Master Sword. Guys, I'm sorry, but do you guys know that cow does not rhyme with pal? I mean, I don't want to rain on the parade. I mean, I'm all for parades. Man, the spam in chat.
Oh, I thought you said cow does not rhyme with pow, and I'm like, yes, it does.
No. Pal. Forest Fire, Dodongos, Spirit. Already has that one, and we know Shadow is Deku Tree, so.
Alright, so, like you said, Forest Fire, Dodongo, Spirit. Those are the ones we need to get.
So this is just personal preference, we don't know where DP is going to go just yet. But if this is me, I'm rushing Dodongos immediately.
Yeah, I mean, with that bomb bag in hand, absolutely. If you have a bomb bag and you're an adult, why aren't you in Dodongo's Cavern already? What's wrong with you?
Well, wait, we haven't discovered that part of the ROM hack yet where we can just teleport into random dungeons, Bob. I mean, once we get there, it'll be really fun.
I think you can kind of.
Trez why we don't have it.
I think you can kind of do that in the any % game, what with the wrong warp and stuff. But no, we're not doing any of that here.
Trez, do you know? Can anybody ask Trez why we don't have that ability yet? I'm sure it's something he hasn't done. I'm sure it's his fault.
I mean, we could always blame Trez for basically everything.
I'm getting a little bit of his money back there, cloudike, and believe DP's probably going to buy a shield here, yeah.
I hear there's some controversial, divisive opinions on purchasing of shield.
Okay. And again, we're just going on opinions here, it's rando. I always think if you have the money and you don't have any sort of access to mini games, like right now, we're not going to be doing Dampe digging. We can't do the bow archery game. We've already done the slingshot game. Well, actually, no, none of these racers have actually done the slingshot minigame yet, because they know that... Oh, hover boots! Just shut my mouth right there. Never mind what I was going to say. That's not important.
So I like buying a Hylian shield in the castle shop so that I don't have to equip it.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I actually would prefer having the Hylian shield just because I don't want my... Speaking of Hylian shield, there's a free one right up there. Pretty cool, actually. But no, I actually like having the Hylian shield just so that my Deku shield doesn't burn up. Like, just that use of it alone. Like, sure, crouch stabbing is cool and everything like that, but... I don't know. But anyway, I believe someone asked me, and whoever that was, if you could just politely, like, just leave, and oh my gosh! Holy cow, Kakariko, way of the hero.
More like Stackariko, loaded. Am I right?
What's that?
I said more like Stackariko, am I right?
Holy cow. Shadow, I believe we've only seen 2. One was Kakariko, which DP just got 2 really good items out of it. And we've also seen GTG. Cloudike on the other side of your screen here, just checking a couple of the open, some of the grottos across Hyrule Field. It's what he's elected to do in his time, and as far as I can tell, hasn't really found anything of immediate value just yet.
All right, a free heart container in the graveyard. Hey, I'll certainly take some health this early in the game.
Boulder Destiny, only with a heart piece for Cloudike. The DP peeking through the wall. That looks like a bottle of milk, I think?
That appears to be the case. So speaking of cows, I guess.
Right. Man, this stream is all about cows right now. You know what? The DP subs, get the cows in chat. I want to see more cows. There aren't enough cows.
Because I'm all about that beef. No chicken. Okay.
Listen, all right, Bob, I like you. All right, we've known each other for exactly 20 minutes. Really started to like you. I was considering you as the best man for my wedding. But now I think you just need to leave.
We'll figure it out.
Wait.
I mean,
he was saying he
no
liked the
chicken.
beef, not the chicken.
I'm all for no chicken. I 100% am, but you'll work through it, says Captain Jack. Kuiper is utterly disappointed in Bob now. Ganon coming in with the puns. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of cows. That is
All
a
right.
whole lot of cows.
Let's see what our ghostly treasure box holds today.
I like to refer to Dampé as Grandpa. I don't know about you. It's the nickname I gave him.
Why not Grandpay?
Oh my god, that's genius. Oh, you really are a doctor.
I mean, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
That's incredible. I'm aghast. That is just, man, the knowledge this guy has. All right, Grandpay. I'm gonna have to remember that now. Grandpay. All right, definitely got to be what I do from now on. Mess with the cow and you get the herd. Apparently so. I mentioned something about cow not rhyming with pal, and that did not go over well with this chat.
This isn't cow sanity, though, so we're not messing with the cow.
This is not cow sanity, no. That's going to be the next tournament we do. And the Zelda check, just a Zora Tunic for Cloudike.
Yep. Well, and if we're not mistaken, the water temple is not actually required. So, with that knowledge, it's a little bit less likely that you'll be needing that. Though, if we end up in a situation, we did see that Gerudo Training Grounds is on the way of the hero, and we could end up with a toilet bowl situation.
I was gonna say, are you trying to tell me that that we could be going to the toilet?
And not only that, but that would also require all dungeons because of the Song of Time.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well, as much as I love a good meme, I don't wish that upon these two players. But I don't know, maybe it'll be pretty funny. Who knows? Toilet cow, let's go. All right, so pizza. I was about to just call him Pizza. Maybe I will. I'll just call him Pizza. So DP is elected to just clear out Kakariko before going up to Dodongo's. Finding another bomb bag.
Well, we know the location of all 3 bomb bags now.
That's true. Wow,
Cloudike is about to get the exact same item.
It'll be interesting to see if Cloudike elects to do Dodongo's before clearing out all of the stuff that DP has. I mean, he knows the Kakariko's on the way of the hero, so I wouldn't expect him to, but, I mean, he's right here. He can always do it right after. It does spit you out facing Kakariko. Let's see where he decides to go. Nope, he's gonna go straight to Dodongo's. So he's gonna miss out on those silver gauntlets, at least for the time being. He is gonna come back eventually and get those. Oh, nope, never mind. I thought he was gonna just bail on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is kind of the more standard strat I've seen people using to get on top of the roof here, is just getting up, using the roll jump there instead of going up on the tower.
Yeah, do you want to know? I think what threw me off was whenever I come into Kakariko, I always do Anju first. Getting his
fair
hover
enough.
boots. Yeah, I always do Anju first, and usually I get the graveyard, and then I'll come out and do the man on the roof and all that type of stuff. All right,
So do you believe they put a man on the roof?
Do I believe that they put a man on the roof? Man, that's...
Sorry.
That's a philosophical question that I am not ready to answer yet, as DP picks up his silver scale. So we now have double access to Zora's River, and we also have access to the Bloopy. I believe that's underneath the water at Lake Hylia.
Yep. So a silver scale there, always pretty nice. You can access Zora's domain without Zelda's Lullaby. We haven't seen any trace of Zelda's Lullaby just yet.
Well, both
That
of
is
these
usually
runners...
the song.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, both of these runners, they didn't do... DP did the opening check and for the song chain that you get as a child, and that was it. He did not go to Lon Lon Ranch.
Let me point out that is now our second GTG Way of the Hero. If we see a third one, ooh.
That would be pretty impressive.
That's pretty scary. All right, both runners. Cloudike going to be cleaning up the graveyard here. As DP making his way through Dodongo's Cavern. Again, this is our fire medallion. And a full heart container. Healthy boys for Cloudike. Just 3 hours of cows. Can't get owned by not having the first... That's right. I mean, GTG right now, usually the silver gauntlets are the thing that kind of scares you away from GTG, you know? Like, oh man, there's 4 checks in there that I can't get until I find that second strength. We're gonna have to find a hookshot and a bow at some point. So, that GTG play might not be as terrible as other seeds might make it out to be.
Unless, of course, the first hookshot and or bow are in GTG.
Yeah, then it would be really bad. Then it would be... I'd be a little upset. And I'm not even the one running the seed. I'd be a little upset. All right, see what time
I have this
Cloudike
weird
is.
knack for just thinking of all these terrible things that can happen to the runners. I almost want to apologize, but not really.
Ah, it's fine. You don't have to apologize. Let's see what time Cloudike gets here on his first Dampe race. Looking like a 50, I'm assuming. Oh, bonk at the last second, giving him a 51. Disqualify him. He is out of the race. DP is your winner. You are not allowed to bonk on the door of Dampe. That is a prohibited glitch in the game. Everyone in chat excited. Oh, Cloudike actually missing the void out. He's locked inside. Oh, but DP misses the jump. He's disqualified. We have no winner.
Oh, boy.
I mean, did either of them even race in the special seed?
Did they? I'm not sure.
Because if you remember, didn't Trey say everybody who didn't race in it was disqualified?
Oh, is that true? Well, I guess everyone's disqualified. Guess we could just cut stream. This race no longer matters.
Oh, boy.
All right, DP. Now, see, we know that second Dampe race is nothing, but you know this entire seed, that's going to be weighing on Cloudike's mind. Like, when he's looking for that one item, he's going to be thinking, man, I don't have that second Dampe race.
Yep. So Cloudike did go ahead and turn in the big Poe, and, you know, because, of course, that empties the bottle, and that's the only way you can get access to the bottle. But other than that, that's all you really got. And he knows that it wasn't going to be worth anything.
Still blows my mind that there actually isn't a way, because I know you can eat essentially the small Poe. I guess it makes sense that you couldn't do anything to the big Poe. I guess I never really thought about that.
I think it's a case of they were being lazy programmers and wanted to make it so they didn't have to detect if somebody accidentally drank the big Poe and have to regenerate it.
Big Poe is too chunky to eat. See, cloudike's not taking any chances. Gonna go back to the graveyard and just do this second Dampe race. Poe there.
Fair enough. Use
right,
Pizza now heading to Dodongo fight itself. I still haven't seen anything, earth-shattering here in DC.
I haven't, no. Mostly just bomb refills, a couple rupees. Not much to speak of. Still got a lot of area that these runners can cover, although we do believe cloudike is most likely going to be going to this location next, so mostly going to be paying attention to where DP goes next, unless he decides to go Child and just go back into the Deku tree.
That
cloudike having some trouble with that little jump slash strat there.
That comment by Slice and Dice there just slayed me.
What did Slice and Dice say? Where is it at?
Hilda, I'm trying to drink this Poe, but he's dummy thick.
Oh, man. See, now cloudike's like, man, I went all the way back here only for a heart piece. Damn. Do Poes, that's a wallet, I believe. Oh, it's an ice trap, you fool. DP getting owned by the ice trap.
Yeah, the traps are real. That's all I gotta say.
So is that 2 dungeons now that are medallions that have had nothing in them?
Correct.
Yeah, it's looking like at this rate we might run into some serious stone progress.
Certainly seems that way. See, now cloudike gonna be making his way up to Dodongo's cavern, gonna pick up this skull on the way.
Yep, and one thing that we want to keep in mind, those silver gauntlets, not only did they grant us access to some of those things in Spirit Temple and all of those other things, but immediate access to the entire boulder maze here in Goron City. It's like what maze, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. See, interesting little thing here, and again, these runners are going through a lot right now. They're thinking about their route. DP, you just saw him walk past that little grotto there. We know that Sheik teaches Song of Storms, and I believe he has Minuet. So, in my opinion, I'm sitting thinking to myself, let me just play this song, just so that as I walk past this little grotto, I could just do it on my way through this route, especially because you could just come back up through the forest. The little Deku nut there is...
Alright, piece of heart.
No way. Right, game? There's no... Right, I bet. And a stick.
That was just the second cack hint, right?
Ooh. I don't know. That might have been...
Use Pizza, what are you doing? You have the silver gauntlets. You can lift that rock.
DP, you can pick up the rock. DP, just pick the rock up. DP, you're strong. DP, you're a strong boy. You're such a strong boy. All right, well, okay. That's...
I mean, sometimes you just gotta go for swag. I think he's gonna lift a rock to get out of here. No. He's playing a song.
He's not. That would have been the funniest thing if he would have just lifted the rock up to get out. He can't. That's right. He can't pick up the boulder with relative ease. That is not one of his abilities. All right, we're gonna get more hints here.
Rip frogs too.
Well, I mean, if we're going for ice trap percent, then it's required.
I don't think I've ever done ice trap. Oh, DP, get up the ladder. Okay, we're good.
I don't know if ice trap percent is an actual category in the actual game, but it should be.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I gotta remind myself. I want to ask DP about that. All right, we have a 50 skulls is dead. We know 30 is dead. That was 50, right? That just said 50, didn't it?
Yep, 50 and 30 both there on top of the maze.
It's pretty nice.
It was 30 first and then 50.
In before 40 for the light arrows. Oh god. Very ugly.
All right, Wolfos Grotto in Sacred Forest. Just more money.
Throwing
Too
stupid
good for
rubes
that
on the
money.
ground.
Notably, this is not in the Lost Woods. So,
True.
the Lost
Worth
Woods
checking.
Baron hint does not apply. And this grotto out here is also not in the Lost Woods. Ice Cavern is Way of the Hero.
So, Rudo's letter not necessary for Jabu, but still necessary for this seed.
And that does also mean that, well, don't we have, like, Hover Boots waterfall enabled trick?
Do we?
I will have to double check on that one.
I don't think so. Alright, DP going back into,
I'm getting
Go on,
no
Sid.
from chat, so maybe I'm making that up.
You know, DP, you could have played the song first, and then come here and done this all in one shot. But nah, I don't want to criticize DP. He'll get in the call with here and he'll just roast me.
It's not part of the bracket settings. All right.
Nope.
Good.
Not one
So
of the
that
7.
means that logically we do need to find Zelda's Lullaby.
Correct. Yes. We still have that. We still have Saria's song check. We still have Malin. And being that both players have hover boots, the Bolero fire check is in logic. Should be fine. Cloudike elected to not use a bomb there and just use a bomb flower to kill King Dodongo. Interesting choice.
Yep. I mean, they're both easily as effective. Like on the second run, it doesn't really take.
DP just getting owned by the little kid.
Look, he's the hero of the Gorons for a reason. All right.
Oh my gosh. Just getting, drop the bomb chew. All right, so
And
30,
40
40,
dead.
and 50 all dead. Very nice.
Unless you really, really want that extra health.
Which, I mean, I would, honestly, if it was me, I'd be selling out for that 40 Sculptureless, honestly. All right, so Cloudike finishing up Dodongo. So he's the first 1-2-3 medallion. Of course, hasn't checked, I believe he's checked as much as DP has. However, he also didn't do the swag strats in the maze. So we got to give DP credit for that.
So here's the thing. I may spend way too much time thinking about minutia in this game. So the rolling Gorons, you never see them move their limbs. So in order to maintain that velocity, they're going to have to be like shifting their weight internally So they must have like extra muscles inside to be able to do that. I'm assuming that's also what allows them to consume rocks. This is all very, very deep lore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was awake the entire time. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I was awake. Limbs and rocks and well, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
The point is physics.
Of physics. Yeah, I don't. We're talking about Gorons here. They eat rocks, man. We don't question their anatomy and the ability for them to do rolling at high speeds, or we're also talking about Nintendo logic, which is a dangerous thing to get into because people that work at Nintendo can use 80% of their brain versus normal people.
All right, so Used Pizza is now checking out some additional what? The gold gauntlets. Oh my goodness.
Maybe. Oh, I just realized DP never did he didn't get the song check there. He couldn't get it.
Huh. No, he got it.
Wait, did he get the song check? Am I blind? Am I not paying?
He got it, and then he got it, and then he went back across.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he got serenade. Okay. That was my fault.
We see Cloudike with the professional strats of lifting silver rocks.
Right. Maybe DP thinks he has silvers now. Oh no, maybe.
Oh!
Ooh.
Iron boots in Fire Temple. I've never seen that before.
And
And
so we have all of our pairs of shoes.
We did get that Zora tunic, so you know, that whole iron boot situation might be relevant.
You're talking about the toilet.
Maybe.
You really want these runners to go into the toilet, don't you?
I mean, look. Sometimes you gotta go.
So
I'm starting to think you might just be calling our runners shit.
Runs 2. Going in the toiler. Alright, now where is DP electing to go? Probably gonna finish up this song chain, I would assume. Going over to Malin.
Yeah, some additional songs might be in order. And of course, with that minuet, you can always just head right over to Saria and skip the entire Lost Woods, which we know is complete garbo.
Cloudike using the little clip through the wall there to see the item through the wall. I actually didn't know there were so many places in the game that's usable. Uh-oh. This bomb better blow up. Better hurry. Alright, we're good. No one needs to sweat. No one needs to freak out. So where do you think Zelda's Lullaby is, Bob?
Probably here. That would just be my guess. I mean, it's really mundane and boring, but it's probably here.
I think... You know what? I'm gonna go super mean, and I'm gonna say it's on Requiem. And
Yeah, that is entirely possible.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna get Requiem until we beat Fire Temple. So we gotta find our hammer out there somewhere.
Well, we know what the song for Fire Temple was. It's Nocturne.
No, I mean, like, we have to beat Fire Temple to get the prelude check that'll give us...
No, that check is Nocturne. We checked that.
See, I'm hoping... instead of, like, using... I'm trying to think, what would be really fun?
Ice Cavern.
Yeah, it could be the Ice Cavern check. That makes sense. Because we do have Ice Cavern Way of the Hero as well.
Nope,
Nope,
you're right.
it's here.
That's a good call by you.
Wait, it can't be the Ice Cavern check. You can't have ZL at Ice Cavern. I'm dumb.
Ah, good point.
I believe your name is Zemel. We'll just go with Zem. The reason why that's allowed is because it's just so easy. And it really isn't so much a clip. You're not going out of bounds. You're just kind of jumping past an NPC. So, I don't know. It's trust me, it's really, really easy to do. Especially if
you're not technically passing through the front of collision. You're passing over collision.
Yeah, you're literally just jumping over a short little Mido.
Yeah, imagine it as less of a wall and more as like he's just a little tiny NPC wall that you could just jump over.
I mean, and even on the glitchers comment there, if I'm not mistaken, even some of the glitch lists allows that one because it's like not a glitch. It's just silly game mechanics.
You chalk it up kind of how with a lot of the seam jumps in this game. At least that's what I kind of compare it to. Is a lot of the seam jumps. cloudike taking the blast back. DP electing to not play Minuet just yet. He might want to beat Deku Tree first.
That does seem like a reasonable call.
They're gonna buy up some sticks here. Oh no, he needs to buy another shield. And he might buy some sticks, forgetting that he can just get some free ones for Kokiri Sword.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him, like, as soon as he goes back to adult, the first check that happens would be the Ganon's Castle Ferry. Because you almost never get to see that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, outside of once they beat Deku Tree, I mean, because we know DP's not gonna find anything, and we're unsure where cloudike's gonna go next, but outside of that, you know, a couple overworld checks. We have Bombchu Bowling to do. We have some adult Lake Hylia checks. That obviously one of them's gonna require us to go get some magic beans as a child, but
yeah.
It's just really.
Yeah, we don't need to do Bombchu Bowling. We can't even do
Bombchu. We don't even need to do Bombchu Bowling. Yeah, that just completely limits, like... Oh, man. The only place I can really think of, you have Lake Hylia left.
Market being barren just kind of makes me really happy a lot of the time.
That's a good Baron hint. We're going to see what that Gold Gauntlets check is right now.
I'm not entirely certain that cloudike has Zelda's Lullaby.
Oh no, he's gonna do it anyway. He's gonna do it without Zelda's Lullaby. He's gonna do it without it. This is the build up. You jump over the thing, and the fairy's like, wow, that was really impressive. Gives you the item.
All right. No, cloudike was just coming here for the Skulltula, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, sure.
That didn't work.
Absolutely. Cloudike, just go. Just Cloudike, just go. Improvising beatboxing could also summon the fairy. That's pretty cool. That's a little known trick here in glitchless Ocarina of Time.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Elite Rubber Duck bringing up an interesting point. Cloudike just changed the time of day as well.
Yeah, it's going to be nighttime when he gets to the castle, so he's going to have a hard time leaving if he wants to leave through the front gate.
I mean, at this point you just have to save quit, right? You're trapped in here pretty much unless he plays Serenade or... Nah, he's gonna walk out for the time being. Not quite sure what he's gonna do coming out of here.
I mean, I don't think he has Minuet yet, so I think he might just be going to the castle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the next best thing, unless he wanted to go out and do some more... Ooh! That Skulltula getting real close to DP's Tootsies there. Gotta make that Skulltula is the hardest boss in the game. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, when you get the you generally just go for the wall there, but if I have the slingshot or the boomerang, I'm taking care of those things before I climb the stupid wall.
Especially, like, the lower one. Yeah, that one I feel like gives me a lot of trouble. Castle is a pretty good call. Cloudike picking up his, gonna be picking up his minuet here pretty soon. Alright, so we got our runners kind of retracing each other's steps for a little bit. Based on what we know, and based on where these runners have been so far, DP's gonna finish up Deku Tree, Cloudike's gonna go get his, Impa song check, possibly his Malin song check. Bob, if you're running this seed and you've gotten to this point, where are you going next?
Well, I mean, let's be fair, if you're taking my advice, you're probably doing it wrong. But, so my prediction is that Sari is going to give you Epona's song. And then you've got some options. So, like, Epona's song would get you the ability to go check, like, very little of Gerudo Training Grounds. But with, like, the hookshotless GTG trick, you can do quite a bit of clearing there. However, in this particular scenario, I mean, I definitely check that Ganon Fairy, because you almost never get all these lifts that early. And then I might be interested in checking Zora's River.
It's all in logic.
And actual Zora's Domain, for that matter, as child.
Also, I believe DP has marked his tracker just now. He got Zelda's Lullaby a little while ago, but he just marked it a little bit ago. At least ours on our end was not updated just yet, so Zelda's Lullaby has been obtained by DP and will be obtained shortly by Cloudike. Yeah, it threw me off for a second. On our trackers we have here in front of us, Zelda's Lullaby wasn't lit up, and then all of a sudden, halfway through Deku Tree, it got lit up. I'm like, did he open a chest and get it? Is this song Sanity?
For those of you who haven't tried out the various sanity methods, it is what we call an interesting development.
What type of what are the sanities? Out of all the sanities that have been created so far, what are some of your favorites and some of your least favorites?
I mean, I am all about the sanity. I would take. I just want you to randomize all the items as much as you possibly can. Give me the token sanity. Give me everything. Just don't randomize my music, because it drives me nuts.
Yeah, the random music is strangely off-putting. I don't know what it is, but it really is, like, distracting. It's hard to explain. I personally love, this is kind of a basic one that's not really, it doesn't really add anything to the game. I love shop sanity. I love walking into a shop saying, oh, for 120 rupees, I can buy my hook shot. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for 130 rupees, I can buy a Bew, which turns out to be a ice trap.
Or a slong shit. Also, another great call on your part with the Epona song on Saria. You're hitting these song predictions out of the park.
Yeah, if only I could actually, predict things when I'm running the game, I'd be in good shape.
Right, like, I was doing a seed earlier, and I walked up to the Ocarina memory game and completed it, and I was like, this is gonna be a bomb bag. And then it was a bomb bag. I'm like, wow, I wish I could do this type of stuff when I'm racing other people. It's never when you really need it to happen.
All right. So Use Pizza, I think Use Pizza still doesn't know that the Lost Woods are barren.
He's running past everything like he
Oh,
knows.
never mind. I just couldn't figure out where he was going. He's going over to Zora's River like I was thinking about.
All right, so at least to my knowledge, both of these runners are pretty caught up with items and cloudike falling in the maze, so he's gonna take a little bit extra time to get through this. Hopefully, he doesn't die by the Deku guy shooting him in the butt.
That is a non-trivial amount. Oh no, he's kind of stuck.
There we go. Sticking the sword through the gate.
Nice.
Nice backup strat there by cloudike. I liked that. That was really cool.
I would not have thought of that. I'd have just been like, whoops.
Reset. Let me play Prelude.
Alright, so use pizza now inside Zora's domain. We're going to see what is on the diving game. And of course the torch game. We can also see this stone here.
Also bashing his head against the wall.
That is a common strat in this game.
It fixes the RNG, you know.
That is correct. At least as far as I've been told.
Yeah, we're about an hour in, and you know, there's a lot, and I guess it's all subjective. It's like, oh, what's the best item to get early? The best item to get early is bombs, but in that first hour, you want to see your hook shot in that first hour.
A bow is also nice to see in the first hour. Probably equally as valuable, in my opinion.
I would agree, yeah. That's definitely, especially when you don't have a lot of warp songs, using Epona to get around as an adult is really nice. A concussed link can't question the players or the seed's log. That's true. Concussed link is just like, I just go wherever. I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah.
I will point out we have no hookshot, no bow, no hammer, no mirror shield, and no magic. Those are all required.
Very required for these dungeons.
But we have our shoes. We do have pairs of shoes, and shoes
And
are
gloves.
important.
Yeah, and here's the fun part. Neither of those shoes are required for the dungeons.
Oh my god, you're right. But we have shoes though. Shoes are great. Gotta protect your feet. I said it on commentary the other day. Clothes are optional, but shoes are great to have.
Now, the Epona song actually does, in theory, grant you the ability to head over to Desert Colossus.
So DP almost losing his stick there, by the way.
Hmm.
The Way of the Hero hints were Kakariko twice. We also have GTG and Ice Cavern. So those are our 4 hints.
I actually think we have had GTG twice now.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we saw a third Kakariko hint. That's the thing. I think we might have, and that would have been that would have put it on the representative twice, but I could be making that.
That appears to be a Lens of Truth up there on the ledge. See if DP elects to go grab that. Doesn't seem like he's going to.
We already know the one thing that it's in logic for is dead.
That is true.
Probably not worth it at that point, so gonna elect to leave that up there. I know exactly what just happened there for DP. He was mashing B to swim fast and jumped off the ledge and was still mashing B, so that's why Link did that little jump slash there. I do that all the time. As opposed to actually just swimming to the right and grabbing onto the ledge.
So the mashing B does make you swim faster, it doesn't just look like it?
I think it does. It certainly feels faster.
Yeah, I thought it was. I just wanted to make sure, like, I haven't actually timed it.
So, I believe that means that all of Zora's River is empty. So, chat, where's our progression? Can you guys get some predictions in the chat right now as to where our progression's actually going to be? Because we're running out of spots. I see the well, we got GTG, We can't get to. I mean, we could get to GTG, but man, with the stuff we have right now, GTG would be a gross
And
thing.
I don't think it expects you to do GTG without a bow or hook shot. I could be making that up.
There's only 2 checks in Logic and GTG right now.
Right, but it's rando. They can be there. That's
But
the
that
best
being
part.
said, with those hover boots, you can actually get all the way out to Desert Colossus and check that song, and you've got the silver gauntlets, so...
Could also do the check on top of Gerudo Fortress as well. Looking like bottom of the well. Think that's where DP's going. Gonna pick up this shrub first. Nope, he's gonna elect to pick up some skulls first.
I think this one will put him at 10.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I completely forgot about Song of Storms. The well is like super in Logic.
Yeah, but the well's
We
always
don't have
bait.
magic, but you know, you would think that the well is always bait, but it's not always bait. I know it wasn't bait in the very last qualifier.
Cloudike making his way over to the child side. He's gonna plant this bean over on near the lab. Which, this is the one check I feel like I always forget about when I don't have a hook shot. When I have a hook shot, I'm like, oh man, I can go over to Lake Hylia. But when I don't have a hook shot, I never think about this check for some reason.
Yeah, and that bean, of course, actually grants you access to both the check on top of the lab and the adult fishing check.
That is true.
A lot of people don't know that bean actually goes all the way out to the fishing pond.
Only
I
one
heard
skull
he's
check
writing
left.
Let's say I heard somewhere that you can take the little leaf that the bean, like I guess the bean spawns the leaf. I guess you could say. I heard somewhere that you can take it all the way over to where the shoot the sun item spawns. I don't think that's true. I've seen that like 6 or 7 times. But oh yeah, you can take that all the way over there. But every single time I see someone try to do it, it just seems impossible.
I haven't seen that myself. It may require like hook shotting from the leaf to the scarecrow that spawns up there. I don't know.
Everyone in chat saying it's not true, so I'm obviously going to assume it's true. You know. Also, DP with the nice rupee count. Spread those urban legends. Let's go. Spreading the urban legends. The lie detector test has determined you are not the father. You are not the father of this urban legend.
Are we mixing episodes here?
Maybe we're just watching 2 shows at the same time. I don't know.
I mean, I'm watching 2 shows at the same time. I don't know about you. One of them's in a graveyard, and one of them's in a fish place.
I just put that together. We are watching 2 shows at the same. Wow, we're talented. Bob, give me a high five. I'm assuming you smacked your microphone. I couldn't hear it.
I was trying to hit the push to talk button and hit something at the same time, and it's really hard to do.
I don't want to clap into my microphone because everyone using headphones right now will go deaf. So.
All right, so we have Vanilla Sun Song today.
We do. And DP, I actually saw DP racing, quote-unquote, racing Spike Vegeta last night. I think I'm pretty sure he said he was going to practice, or he knew flame storage. Maybe, was that correct? Does DP know how to do flame storage? Thought I heard him mention it last night. Sort of. He didn't elect to do it there, so. I know we got a lot of DP's followers in the chat, so I figured I'd ask.
All right, so we got Bomb Chews in the Sun Song Grave.
Said he'd learn it mid-race. Well, we are mid-race. Also got some synchronizing going on cloudike stream, so it's a little catching up here just a little bit. He's pulling the Master Sword out, all right? All right, so DP, will he go into the well? He's making it daytime. Looks like he's going to.
Yeah, he's gonna come up here and play the song anyway.
All right, DP, listen. I know you can't hear me. Don't listen to the chat.
I think he's gonna do what you don't want.
No, he's not. He's a smart man. DP is an intelligent, talented runner of Ocarina of Time. He is not gonna do chickens. He's not gonna do it. I have faith in DP. Don't buy it. Don't give in. DP, listen. Okay, thank you. Just go into the well. There you go. Good job. He landed on the little crossbar. That takes talent. I told you, DP talented. Landed on the crossbar. And
So
now
somebody-
Cloudike going back to the fairy fountain. Now this time with Zelda's Lullaby.
All right, this is a very obscure check that very few people ever see in a run. And if you have access to it early, it seems like it might be a pretty good call. Let's see what cloudike finds. Well, we got a slingshot in the well. And jumping.
Are in logic access to beat Deku Tree potentially. So that's good. Also, yeah, I was gonna say with the gold gauntlets check, anybody that raced these in like 1.0 days remembers when the gold gauntlets were pretty much always needed because you needed to beat Ganon's the trials in Ganon's castle. So it went from you almost always checked that fairy fountain to you almost never check it now.
And I think, somewhere in the middle of that, the fairy fountains were not were only randomized between the magical items.
Correct,
for
yeah.
a while.
So if you needed to beat Shadow Temple, you had to and you're just like, okay, well, my Din's Fire is somewhere in here. My magic is somewhere amongst these fairy fountains. Well, you can't believe Well is going to be bait again? Listen, Flant. Fear not. Because the greatest check in all of Ocarina of Time, which presides in this well, in this very area of the game, will give us our progression.
But I thought the greatest check was the one that was inside of us all along.
No, okay? That's a weak pansy thing to say, alright? That's not real life, alright? Actually, that was really touching. You deserve some applause for that. That was really nice to say.
That looked like a purple rupee inside there.
It was, yes. That was a purple rupee. And DP just gonna say, nope. I can only pick up 15 of those rupees. So we're just gonna bail on that. And so far, I gotta admit, the well has not been great.
It did have the slingshot, which is a logical access to beat Deku Tree, which also makes the Zora Tunic actually in logic, which again makes all those stone dungeons in logic and the dumb stuff. It's just looking more and more and more like they're gonna have to go way out of their way to get their progression.
We're gonna have to go into a GTG that we only have access to 2 things to get our progression. Or potentially just go on over to Spirit Temple. DP fighting Dead Hand right now. Misses the jump slash, but gets the instant respawn. Ooh, nice little hit there to keep Dead Hand up from respawning, and a very nice Dead Hand fight by DP.
And we've got the spawn chest and then Secret Steve
DP opening up just a purple rupee, and now it's Steve time. Steve gonna hit us up with the progression. All right,
Close
so
enough.
not progression, but Steve gonna make fighting stuff a little easier.
Steve had the hookup today. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah, Steve didn't have any sort of progression. He's like, you know what, man? I'm gonna hook you up with a nice bigger sword.
See, I'm pretty sure that the other chest in that room is named Chad.
See, it's not as funny.
I know
Like,
it's not as funny.
Naming
but
one
there
chest is funny.
But there has to be, like, there's a Steve, and then his friend that gets all the attention is Chad.
I'm his friend. It's me.
Okay.
I'm his
You're
only
the
friend.
friend who gets all the attention. So the chest is named Kuiper then?
Well, no. Friendly neighbor hitting up with a... I do remember that from the other day. That was pretty fun. That was a fun little moment there that I had with Axe on commentary. Progression on those beans, potentially, as we got cloudike climbing up the top of the lab. We got a bowless GTG. I don't know about that. That appears to just be a bloopy. Oh my gosh. We're actually gonna have to go over to that area and do 2 checks inside of GTG. That's just absolutely insane.
Alright, Used Pizza is heading for the last chest in the well.
What if Steve named Chad? Look, man, Steve can do a lot of things, but Steve doesn't have the wrinkles in his brain and the processing power to be able to name something, all right? I love Steve. Oh, there it is!
There it is!
Finally!
Hookshot in the basement of the well. I think we can officially say that the bait is not real. And the fish agrees.
The fish does agree, yeah, over on cloudike stream. DP first to the hookshot. So, what is he going to elect to do with this hookshot? Probably, if I was DP...
So I
do you
would
start
actually
forest?
be thinking GTG at this point.
I was going to say, the only other thing I would think outside of GTG is you just start Forest Temple. Maybe get in there and just grab those first 2 checks. See, maybe is my bow in there just off some crazy shit. You have to go in there anyway and full clear it. You have the warp song to put you right outside. cloudike getting nothing from adult fishing. Just gonna ride. I think cloudike's making the call. He's like, I'm just gonna go over to GTG. Man, but no hook shot, no bow. Hoo boy.
That's going to be unfortunate. All right, just a blue rupee as well for Used Pizza on the Din's Fire check.
Butternan's thinking he'll start Forest before GTG. Potentially, I mean, he could also just make the play over to Ice Cavern now that he has Zelda's Lullaby. I mean, we do know that area is Way of the Hero.
No Rudo's letter, though.
Oh, that's right. We still haven't found Rudo's letter. I mean... okay, here's what I'm going to say. I think Rudo's letter... Here's my prediction. Rudo's letter is going to be over here in GTG in one of these 2 checks that cloudike's about to get, or potentially on top of the fortress. And what do you think is going to be an Ice Cavern, Bob?
Well, let's see. So there's a better than even chance that it's one of the songs, of course. That we need. Let's see. What are we missing? Saria's song. Saria's song, and a bunch of teleportation songs. Bolero, which you don't need.
Nice Epona sound there for DP. It's the Princess Rudo sound. Do not do water without... Yeah, doing water without a bow could potentially be pretty scary. Alright, so cloudike fighting the Gerudo lady without a hook shot. It's amazing, like, how dumb this fight is after you learn that glitch that pretty much just makes this fight free.
Yeah, the cheese strats are real, and I don't even remember how to fight this normal.
I pretty much just slash away at her until she's dead.
I usually slash away at her until she slashes me, and I get sent back to the stupid thing.
And that's even more painful right now for cloudike. I mean, obviously he's won the fight, it doesn't matter, it's a moot point, but had he actually gotten hit by that Gerudo, it puts him all the way back outside because he doesn't have the hook shot. So very, very risky to be doing that.
That happened earlier when he rode the horse in for the first time. Actually.
Alright, checking the top of the fortress first as DP picks up his bloopy for his exquisite fishing abilities. I want to quit. Man, all this whole chat is full of quitters. All y'all are quitters. Nothing but a whole bunch of quitters.
Alright, cloudike about to check the chest on top of Gerudo Fortress. Couple of bonks for good measure, and more hearts.
Setting that RNG for the inside of the chest there. He wanted some health, so he's like, you know what, I'm gonna bonk on this chest twice just to make sure it gives me a full heart container. DP doing the lab dive here. Also gonna be picking up the Skulltula. He's at 15 skulls.
I was running a Skull Sanity once, and that was the one I forgot, which had my progression.
Honestly, that's a pretty easy one to forget. Just a little heart refill there for DP as cloudike is in, as you said, one of the only 2 things he can logically do here.
Yeah, though they did recently put the hook shotless GTG trick in availability, or available for the accessible rule set. So we may see him pull that one off.
Took a peek over at that freestanding item to see it was just a key.
Mm-hmm.
An anonymous gifter gifting 5 subs to the channel. Congrats, Marshmallow, Opiates, Ghost of Greed, Gravitim, and He Who Forges the Sky. Oh my, 5 more! Holy cow, people going crazy with the gift subs. Thank you guys so much. That's, who was that? The second one. Just scrolled past my screen way too quick.
It looks like Skyfire.
Skyfire, we'll go with Skyfire.
Skyfire with a couple border vowels.
Thank you guys so much for the gift subs. Appreciate it, everyone.
And cloudike has fallen in a hole. So the hookshotless GTG trick is interesting, to say the least. Because, one, it involves 2 trips into this room. So you first have to get all of these rupees, and then, or you get the 4 on the floor, and then you have to get grabbed by the wall master so that you grab the 5th rupee.
Right, and you have to spawn the little... I call him Master Hand, obviously, but you have to spawn him, and you have to stand right about here until he's right about to grab you. Now you see the shadow coming down. See,
and
if you
walk
a little too far,
forward.
he'll despawn.
Yeah.
So it's very, very precise what cloudike is doing right now. Should get it here. You can hear the little clink if he got it. He's going to go back in here and check. Is DP heading on back to the Temple of Time?
All right, cloudike managed to pull it off.
Very nicely done. Now, this is the second part of the trick. He's going to have to roll past this little firewall here. It's very similar to the trick you see in fire temples. You see some people do? Where they'll roll past this little firewall here. Get the setup down. A couple of... Very nice.
Yeah. I never actually learned that setup. All I ever did is just kind of point myself in that direction of the wall and just walk backwards. And it usually works. But...
Could also just roll forwards towards it and just kind of bash your head against it. cloudike having a real tough time with these Wolfos. Kind of ganging up on him. Alright, and DP checking the Boulder Destiny. Which he has said is his favorite Zooter meme. And a mandatory heart piece. DP firmly in the lead now.
I thought the Boulder of Destiny was the one in the south side of it.
Now that is in fact the fabled Boulder Destiny. So blowing up the fake door. I don't think he got his ground jump. Gonna drop one down again. That should do it.
There we go.
Alright, so cloudike progressing here out of logic. Obviously not able to open that up without a hook shot, but able to push the silver block. So, what cloudike, it would be interesting if this is, let's just say hypothetically, if cloudike finds another hook shot in here, I don't exactly know how I would react. Like, oh, so I'm supposed to find another hook shot before I'm here. I know that already, but now you're trying to tell me that I need to do Water Temple?
Oh, that would be gross.
Yeah, DP does not want cloudike to find a hookshot in here. Alright, first chest inside of the silver block room, just a key. Next one, another key. So now we're starting to find our keys. Another key? Holy
Who keeps
cow.
putting all these bats in chests?
Holy crap. The horse sound jumping across. Oh. Get up there. There we go. Alright, so cloudike gonna have to jump down here. Can't get that chest up on top without his bow, so he's just gonna progress on through.
Right, you have to actually shoot the 4 eyeballs in order to, one, get the chest on the floor and also open that door to the hidden chest above. So both of those are completely inaccessible at the moment.
So I believe that puts the total amount of things he has outside of the... Because obviously, I'm assuming he's going to save scum his keys in the maze.
Obviously.
Whoa! Okay, well, we need those.
Yeah, light arrows are definitely important, but I always hate it when I see the light arrows on the way of the hero, because that means it gave me no additional information about what I need to complete this seed.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a waste of a way of the hero hint. Ganon was going to tell you where those were anyway. Now, cloudike's got to think to himself, okay, I was supposed to come here, but that really didn't help me out much. And again, even though DP has this hook shot, doesn't have his bow, so a lot of the checks that we just saw cloudike do, DP's just going to be doing them completely in logic.
And he won't have to do any weird shenanigans with the wall masters either. Alright, so we're going to see what's on the right side.
Yep. We know this is a key. Not going to pick that up. First chest.
Second key.
Trying to keep track. How many keys have we seen? Is that, that's 4, 5. That's another item.
Yeah, so what cloudike can do here is he can just grab this key and then he'll be the same amount of keys that he had before. So he doesn't have to reload if he doesn't want to.
Polly, that's an interesting potential change that might be I don't know. I don't know if that would be implemented or not. How would you feel about that, Bobtastic? Would you like to see light arrows be removed from potential Way of the Hero hints?
Well, I would say only in like no trials.
Ooh, okay, so now we can use the light. Well, we can almost use the light arrows, as we've also found magic.
Interesting. And something to use with that magic.
And we found a condom.
Well, I was going to be a little more delicate and say protection, but sure.
It's a condom. That's what everyone calls it. Alright, so DP gonna be picking up those items, but, I mean, now that Cloudike's pretty much, he's locked out of progressing GTG, does he just cross the wasteland at this point and go over to Spirit?
I mean, it does seem like a reasonable play at this point. There's not really much left, unless I'm completely blanking on something.
The only other thing I can think of is going into... Well, he wouldn't be able to do this, but now that we know where the hookshot is, I mean, if DP doesn't find anything, I mean, he could go over and start Forest, like I said he might do, instead of making this GTG play, but...
Right.
I mean, that's really it.
And I mean, since the lens requirements are, you know, just the treasure chest game now, we know that long shot or that hook shot is technically in the logic right now.
Yeah, Cloudike, we're assuming Cloudike is either he's just committing to not doing the well, or he's putting that off until he is absolutely out of things to do. Cloudike, you have hover boots. Cloudike, just put your hover boots on. There you go. Easy getting across now. Alright, so he's gonna making his way across the wasteland. No fire source to speak of, so just gonna be walking right past the wasteland structure. So at some point, Cloudike's gonna have to do the well. What DP wants, I think someone else mentioned it, is he doesn't want Cloudike to find another hookshot in another location. Like, if Cloudike heads out here, because obviously he's going to get there before DP does, if he finds, you know, another hookshot in the fairy fountain, maybe there's just one chilling in Spirit Temple, that's really going to make that play towards the bottom of the well. That's the only thing DP found in the well.
Alright, so Cloudike is about to reach the Desert Colossus. We know that there will be a song here. Let's see. I think it's just going to be Requiem.
At this point, I mean, it's either going to be that or maybe Saria, potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, checking the fairy fountain. What does the fairy have for us? It is...
Another slingshot. Interesting.
So... Those are two slingshots in really interesting locations. I would assume that the one at the bottom of the well is a little likely one that you intended to get.
It's possible.
Alright, what song will Requiem of Spirit have? I'm gonna say that this is gonna be Saria's song. I'm just gonna guess that this is gonna be Saria.
Oh, it's Bolero of Fire. We're both debated there.
So, Ice Cavern, Way of the Hero. We know where Nocturne is. So, it's become... Oh, man. Well, alright, cool. That is...
The treasure chest game is like extra double useless.
Ice Cavern long shot. Potentially, I mean, it's getting less and less likely that the song is what we're going to be after in the Ice Cavern.
Yeah, that is entirely reasonable.
Interesting here, cloudike choosing to not progress this area at all. At least push the boulder to get it out of the way. Can't hit the little switch on top because he doesn't have a hookshot or a bow, but at the very least you're standing right there. You can push the block out of the way.
If there is that.
All right, we're here in Deep Fire. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be Deep Fire anyway. All right, the only check we can do here so far. Toilet is not doable for DP. He does not have Song of Time.
Yeah, and we want to hope for our sake that none of them have Song of Time at any point.
Because Song of Time is vanilla, and that would make us real sad. Me and Bob probably won't be sad. We'll probably think it's really funny. DP
it would make the runners sad. It would make the chat and the commentators pretty happy.
Poor cloudike and DP. Got a couple hundred people here sitting here laughing at him. Like, haha, they gotta do this terrible thing that really sucks. Alright, cloudike's gotta be going to the well now, right? I mean, I just don't know what else cloudike has available in his seed.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be it.
And DP save quit strats here in GTG. He's gonna make his way over to the Spirit Temple. Now DP has the ability to progress this quite a bit. He can actually get up to the very end, up until you need the Mirror Shield checks. So DP gonna get a lot more value out of this trip than cloudike did. As cloudike's gonna just elect to doing some overworld checks, checking this fairy fountain over here by Hyrule Castle. Yeah, nitrous oxide. Basically, these two runners have done everything in the game, except cloudike has not done the well, and that's where our progression is. That's where our hookshot is. And DP is about to get Bolero once he comes over to the Desert Colossus area. Bob, guess what? They found another bloopy inside of a fairy fountain.
Well, there we go. I think we've seen that one already, but yeah, there's a lot of that going around today.
So the well with our hook shot, DP having to do a little quick spin there to keep track of where these flags are.
Yeah, visibility can be an issue in the wasteland. Like if I ever go into the wasteland at night, I have to play the Sun Song or something because I can't see squat.
Do you play on emulator or do you play with a? Do you play on an N64 with a drive?
An emulator, but I'm dumb and don't change my settings. Ooh,
DP failing.
A little trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna elect to play the Sun Song here.
Yeah, I'm like, didn't he actually get the lens?
No, I believe cloudike elected to pick it up. DP did not, and biting him a little bit here. He can't find the mound. Someone needs to help him find the mound. All right, cloudike. Is cloudike doing chickens?
Maybe. I mean, my thing is, like, I'm not, like, huge on the chickens. It's not, like, my first thing that I want to do. But if I'm gonna do the well, I'm probably gonna do the chickens.
You know, you know what? I wasn't biased in this race. I wasn't pulling for anybody in particular. But because DP skipped doing chickens, I'm a DP guy. This check is awful. It's never anything useful. Chicken's hook shot. If this is a hook shot, that is awful. Like, that's so trash. If this is something that's needed. I hate this check with all of my soul. DP looking like he found the map. Oh no, DP!
He went a little wide right.
The box was right in front of him. Oh god, DP. That's about as close as you can get to finishing Lensless Wasteland.
Yeah, once you're on the box, you just aim yourself at the exit and go.
Alright, Anju. Give us nothing. Give us nothing useful.
It's a bow!
Damn it! Damn it! Son of a bitch!
Okay.
Damn it! I hate chickens, dude. Why? Why does it always have to be chickens? Oh, no.
I mean, the thing is, every randomizer is going to have that one check that's always available from the beginning, but is just super annoying to do. And I guess for
August,
this
you're
one,
right. Jeez, man.
I guess for this one, it's chickens.
August, you're right. She stole that bow from Steve. Steve was supposed to have that bow.
So she came out of the well. Does that make her a zombie?
I I just think Anju's just pure evil anyway. So I'm okay with thinking that she's
I mean, in this seed, she had a bow and a lift upgrade.
And she stole both. She stole both from Steve, damn it. Steve was supposed to have both of our items. So cloudike, I mean, once he finds this hook shot, I mean, cloudike potentially is about to take the lead unless DP finds something really, really nice in this spirit temple. Steve is the invisible chest at the bottom of the well, yeah. Inside of Dead Hand's room. That's Steve. That's my boy Steve.
Did you know that he has an entire dungeon in another Zelda game?
Who, Steve?
Yeah, it's called
Tell me
Steve's
about
Town.
Steve's Town. Tell me all about it.
That's all right. We got a different Zelda game to watch.
Do I need to mute you, Doc?
That's another story for another time. Also, by the way, Shadow, screw you for making another seed that had chickens being mandatory.
Just because I'm random bot, now what version number am I? Trez said I was 76.
You knew I was gonna be here on commentary. You knew the only way to piss me make chickens mandatory.
We don't know they're mandatory
We
yet.
haven't seen any. We don't know that there's not a bow in Spirit Temple or something.
Bow and Spirit Temple would be really, really nice.
There could be a hammer-locked bow in Fire Temple.
We still got a lot of items to find, so.
All right, so Used Pizza now heading into Spirit Temple. We'll finally be able to check some of these actual items here. 2 checks for sure, and then depending on whether or not we get a small key, we'll get to see the rest of it. Now, if there's no small key here, it makes the likelihood of Requiem at Ice Cavern much higher.
Still don't have that Ruto's letter though.
Yes. So yeah, you will need that Ruto's letter, but still, that is the sort of thing you'd be looking for. But with that bow, that actually is going to put Forest Temple, it's going to make it doable.
DP getting frozen. All right, we have 1 shot left. This has to be a small key for DP to continue. Also, I believe he's still at 15 Skulltulas, right? So, without Song of Time here and potentially getting locked out of this dungeon, no real ability to collect. There's actually a lot of really easy Skulltulas in Spirit Temple to get, but you definitely need to get past this first room to access them.
Say hello to the like.
Oh my. Well,
so we will be needing Requiem today.
All right, DP, gonna head into Forest Temple. Now if there's a bow in here...
Well, that's just mean.
Yeah, that's really, really mean if there's a bow in here.
There's only two checks you can do in here at the moment, unless he gets the right keys.
That is
Please,
true.
people in chat are praying for the vanilla bow. Picking up this Skulltula. I believe this is number 16. That's 16 skulls for DP.
Yeah, there is a pretty impressive number of Skulltulas here in Forest that are also easy to get to.
All right, just one more check. As Cloudike is nearing the point where he will be obtaining his hookshot, which after that, I would assume he's just going to go straight to Forest.
Yeah, that seems like the play.
If this check isn't a key, then we are bow locked / Song of Time locked.
Yeah, we do need the key here. If we do get a key, that gives us access to, I think, really just one more check.
With the hover,
well, no, you can jump.
Two.
You can jump down. I'm dumb. Sorry. I was like, wait, you can get to the floor master room, but yeah, you can jump down from the floor master room into the courtyard. What am I talking about?
Oh, that's right.
That would be a real ass backwards.
And it opens up the entire courtyard because they have irons.
Nope. DP is locked out of the Forest Temple.
And it does look like, unless I'm forgetting something, those chickens might actually be a required bow. So much to my co-commentator's chagrin, that is kind of how it tends to go.
You know, it's not that I hate chickens. It's that I really, really hate chickens.
Fair enough.
Really hate chickens.
I mean, they are usually a little bit disease-ridden and things like.
Looks like he's playing for the 20 skulls before he plays for chickens.
I respect it. DP's got my respect.
I mean, let's be fair. If you're gonna go do chickens, you might as well get the 20 skulls on the way there. Just because it's there, you can check it as well.
Also, I do not believe anyone has done Child Dampe Roadrunner, so...
Oh, there is that.
And it's a pretty easy check, especially when you have Sunsong just kind of given to you. It was inside of its vanilla location.
Yeah. The trick with Sunsong, though, is if you want to use that to do Dampe, you have to play it in a place where time passes. So if you play it in town, it goes like straight to midnight and he's no longer doing his thing.
Yeah, you gotta play it either out in Hyrule Field or head on over to the Death Mountain Trail to do it. Oh boy, DP is... Where's he going? What's he doing here for Bolero? Is he just, I think he's electing to go out, check this last fairy fountain on top, potentially?
That is a possibility.
Man, he's just like me. He's exhausting all potential options before doing chickens.
Well, he's a man after Kuiper's own heart here.
He's already got my heart. He skipped it the first time. No matter what happens in this race, I respect DP for skipping that
he's gonna get there eventually,
terrible
though.
check.
He's just gonna run out of checks to do, and it's gonna be, I guess I gotta go do them.
Well, you know what? That's RandoBot's fault. Or you, Shadow. I don't know.
Blame
I want
the
to blame
website,
blame
which
someone.
is RandoBot 3.0 or something. I don't know.
I just want to blame someone for chickens being mandatory. I need to blame somebody. All right, now I feel like he's got to be going towards it now. So cloudike taking.
He's definitely going back in time.
These Stalfos are really. There we go. Finally getting the kill there.
Now, Cloudike, of course, will be able to complete basically the entirety of this dungeon.
Could even do the fun little sequence skip with the hover boots.
Yeah. I do believe... Yeah, I do believe that's still a sequence break in this version. The hookshot trick out here in the courtyard's not in the logic.
I thought it was.
Forest Temple, East Courtyard, Vines with hooked shot is one of the 7 enabled tricks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well, good. I don't have the list in front of me. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. It's a trick that I don't even understand. Like, I've never tried it.
You just gotta stay in the right spot and hit the silly thing. We're about to see it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a setup here. So he's going to line up against the wall, backflip. Almost like the same setup that you use for the broken stick glitch. And gets it first try. Very nice by cloudike.
Well done. And climbing up to hit that switch.
Ooh, bonking first to set the RNG.
So do I point out that they don't actually need to hit the switch?
That is true. They don't need to hit the switch.
Oh, DP's going for Dampe first.
Yeah, looks like it.
DP truly exhausting all potential options before doing chickens.
I mean, I also say
proud. I'm proud.
It is also the right move, even if he knew. Oh, that's a.
Oh, another bow here in Forest Temple.
But even if he knew there was something on chickens, if he didn't know Dampe was dead, time-wise, because of the Sun Song, this is still the right move.
Correct, yeah, this is absolutely the best thing to do. But finding that bow inside a Forest Temple, ooh boy. Oh,
whoa, is that Dimmed Fire? It's Dimmed Fire.
That's an interesting find right there.
So how anti-chickens is he? Is he gonna go, like, out to the wasteland chest before going to...
He's gonna bomb hover up to Shadow and go in.
That would result in immediate disqualification.
I don't know if DP cares. Probably like, oh, I just thought I would just do this because, you know, DP's in multi-world mindset. Like, oh yeah, I'll just bomb hover over there.
But he did get this. He is going to be able to get the chest in the grave here, and that is a Goron tunic. Interesting. That's going to put fire.
A little easier.
Let me just put this meme up on screen.
Is there a meme? Am I missing out on a meme right now?
You're missing out on a meme. Everybody's favorite Dilbert comic.
Oh, the Dilbert comic. Okay, yeah. That's
that Goron tunic hints towards it.
Definitely a favorite meme of mine. Let's see, where's it at here? Let me pull this up real quick.
Oh, let me put it back up for you then.
Hey, we've got a gold scale for cloudike. Now, of course, that doesn't put anything in logic that we haven't already seen, but it is a thing we can use.
DP, pour one out for DP, guys. Sadly going about his chicken harvesting, knowing full on and full well that this is the worst check in the game. Whenever there is something here, you clearly just want to forfeit and quit. It's the worst check in the game.
I disagree.
Trez, I do not like what I see. You know how upset I am? You stuck me on commentary with a seed that required chickens? I want my money back. Damn it, Trez.
Wait, you paid to do this?
Just listen. All right. I know. Oh, no, DP hit the chicken. Did he do that on purpose?
Yes, he's trying to get them to go in the right direction.
Oh my god, okay, because I know, like, if you hit them a lot...
Yeah, if you hit them too many times, you're gonna have
say.
problems. But there's a threshold.
I was gonna say, DP's gotta be careful.
Yeah. All I'm saying is don't activate infinite sword glitch and then stand right next to one. Just don't do that.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
It
Sounds like an absolute nightmare.
The upside is it does end the infinite sword glitch when you go to the cutscene.
I like Tranquilite's idea. ISG the chickens to a side disqualification. I like that idea. That's pretty cool.
I've got an image you might like here, Kuiper. Do you still have the stream up?
No, I can't. No, because I don't want it up because you're gonna be sharing a whole bunch of chicken memes that are gonna make me upset.
No, this is what you're gonna like. I promise you.
Shadow. All right. You know what? Let me pull the stream back up. You're gonna make me upset. Where is it? Where's the damn stream at? There it is. Load, damn it! I can't see it. Why is this taking so? Well, it's because I'm watching 2 other streams right now, but where is it?
All right, so usedpizza finally managing to get all these chickens rounded up. I still think the toilet bowl is the worst check in the game, but this is close.
Damn it, Shadow! Son of a... Yeah, DP, pause. Pause right there, DP. You know... Yes! Kill her! Kill her, damn it! Kill her! Cut her knees off!
Usedpizza
Cut her down
applying
at
some
the shins.
frustration slashes there.
Well, I will say, though, now that he has the bow, I don't know if he's really that far behind. I'd say they're even because he has done the 2 checks in Spirit and knows, unlike Cloud, that he needs the Requiem.
That is true, yeah. He does know the, cloudike is definitely going to go over there as an adult first. Probably, I don't know if he's going to go over there just now. I mean, we haven't really gotten any other sorts of progression from Forest Temple.
Yeah. Now, it could be that the checks we're looking for are once again back in Gerudo Training Grounds. In those bow-locked locations.
Yeah, do either of these players go back to GTG?
And there's also the horseback archery over there.
Very true, yeah. Just upped the value of that location immensely. I just want to say, I am so glad DP tried to kill Anju. I'm just so... That made me so happy. That harlot. I did... I'll say... Oh, speaking of that, I did do... Okay, so I did one of these once, and I was walking up to Anju as an adult, and I called her that. I was like, what item do you have for me, you harlot? And then she handed me Nehru's life.
Well, fair enough then.
So, yeah, I was gonna say, so that was,
Look, she comes equipped for the job, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she was pretty interesting. I was like, wow, at least you're prepared. Yeah, DP's about to get this other bow and be very, very upset. Also, these big post strats are pretty nice, as cloudike is showing off with the big Goron sword. And DP as well, getting the hook shot vines first try. Ooh, careful. So, Doc, would that be your play? Go back to GTG?
Maybe after Forest. Like, you definitely want to finish Forest and get the medallion. But,
oh, I did mean, like,
Forest.
of course, after Forest Temple, absolutely.
Yeah, that, unless I find the hammer in here or something. Like, if I find the hammer, I'm definitely going to fire.
Oh, DP finding that second bow. DP entered courtyard 6 minutes 30 after Cloud did. Yeah, that, I I mean, it doesn't take, obviously it doesn't take 6 minutes and 30 seconds to clear out that side of Spirit Temple, but
Yeah.
the fact that Cloudike's gonna have to do it and then ultimately go off to try to find Requiem, you had a good point, Doc. They might actually be even.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to actually, if he does that, he has to actually go back out through the desert because he doesn't have Requiem. There's no better way to do it. Or he has to just assume he needs Requiem and go find it. And today I learned on Virtual Console, when you shoot the painting, it flashes red.
Really? I did not know that. I saw that happen, and I was like, why did that painting just flash red? That was weird. Maweep. Getting a Maweep in there. Oh, Fatty! You're right, Cloudike set up Aurora's Wind.
Oh, well then. I
completely forgot he did
I stand corrected.
We both completely forgot about that.
I mean, the wind, I think, is the only reason why it's equal, because if it wasn't for the wind, I think it would take possibly 6 minutes, if not more, to get back there.
That is very true. All right, DP picking up his silver scale. Is only 2 items left here in the Forest Temple, and of course, Cloudike going to be showing off his skills here. This is exactly half a frame window to be able to tell which one of these Poe sisters is the correct one to shoot. Absolutely incredible test of skill here. It's almost impossible to know which one is the correct one at first glance.
So, in actual randomizer news, I was looking at the code base for the dev build just recently, and one of the new improvements they're making is they've added a patch that makes Meg here die in 1 hit instead of 5.
Now, is that something that would just automatically happen, or is it like a setting you could turn on and off?
I'm guessing it might be a setting, but that was one thing they added recently.
Just a nice quality of life change.
I'm gonna have to point out I am disappointed in Pizza's low heart sound. It's not Weep.
He has Maweep for his Navi target sound, though.
Why not have Weep for all?
Look, I'll take any sound effect in this game that isn't the chicken sound effect. I'll take any sound. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's Ganon screaming after he's been hit with, like when you're fighting Ganon and when he screams when you hit him. That would be more suitable than the chicken sound. Hey, you just heard it right there. Maweep for all sound setting.
Cloudike finds the prescription, so if we really, really want that biggest bomb bag, we could go get it, but somehow I don't think our runners are going to go for it.
But it's the biggest bomb bag, Doctor. There's no bigger bomb bag. So many things to explore.
They wasted all their time doing the chickens, so.
They did waste all of their time doing the chickens, yes. And I don't care if it was mandatory. I don't care. God, that makes me upset. I hope there's one random overworld check we're all forgetting that has a bow.
Alright, so there's Phantom Ganon for Cloudike.
I didn't know that you could actually shoot Phantom Ganon before he comes out of the painting.
Yeah, as long as the portal has, started doing its thing, his model will actually be outside the physical painting, and you can start shooting him.
Also, shout out to Cloudike never having to move.
Yeah, I'm like, did he just get, perfect RNG?
He did. He certainly did. Mini tennis here. Easy 1 cycle on Phantom Ganon.
Well done.
Alright, so we're gonna assume that Cloudike is probably just gonna... I mean, He's going to have to go into a temple in order to do it, but he's going to probably recast his Ferora's Wind just to go in and start the Shadow Temple. I'm sorry, the Spirit Temple. I always do that. I always mix up the two names. The Spirit Temple. So from the moment cloudike leaves the Spirit Temple to where DP is, I guess you could say that's sort of where our lead versus how much they're trailing by is gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, cloudike is playing the Serenade of Water. Is he thinking about going into Water Temple?
Either he's going in here to start the dungeon, which, I mean, I'm a fan of starting dungeons if you need to go. Nope, he's gonna go. It looks like he's going back to GTG. Once he gets up on this grass, he's probably gonna just call the Pona. Did he not do the bottom of the well? I'm sorry, the bottom of the lab.
I guess he didn't, and upon getting that gold scale, he might have thought, wait a minute.
It's gonna jump down here and not get really anything. Okay, so cloudike wasting a little bit of time here, giving DP the chance to catch right back up. This is something DP has already done.
Yeah. Last time he didn't have the hook shot either, so he couldn't have done either cheese method or either method.
All right, picking up his recovery heart. And DP on the blue post sister. Yeah, and cloudike's just going to go right on back to GTG and check the rest of those bow-locked areas. Still cannot do the toilet. So, we're gonna be hoping as we go through the maze to be short one key.
Yeah, small favors, you know?
I think, Doc, I don't want to assume things. I think you're secretly hoping there's an item in the toilet.
I mean, yeah, because it's the worst check in the game. At least, in my opinion. And unlike you, I take great joy in seeing other people suffer. No, I'm kidding.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding, Doc?
I hope so.
I hope I'm kidding.
Otherwise, I have a problem.
Otherwise, I'm a sadist. For DPW Forest, he picks up Bola. He picks up a Bowlock with wow, Polly. I applaud that one. Picking up a Bowlock with relative ease. That is... You either have a gift or a curse, my friend. I'm not sure which one it is.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Alright, cloudike picking up his next Skulltula. I believe he is at, yep, he's at 16. We already know 20 is nothing. So, but cloudike just gonna cover his bases here. Having some trouble getting Epona to start on up. This horse, man, I understand it was, you know, in the late 90s, and it was hard to program horses, but my god, Nintendo. Like, even in the vanilla game, Epona is just awful.
So that they originally intended to have, you know, horseback combat in this game, and they pushed that back to Twilight Princess, and I think you can tell why.
Oh my god. Like, what constitutes horse combat? Like, swinging the Master Sword on it, or just shooting? I mean, because you do shoot the bow. You know, there is the bow archery game.
Yeah, there is that.
The thought of that even being a thing is mind-boggling to me. I don't believe Epona can get up that. You're gonna have to back up a little. See, this is what... Oh, there we go. All right, just gotta nudge her up there.
All right, so going back in here, I would be interested in seeing the horseback archery checks.
All right, so 2 checks in here. These are the first 2. All right, just a small key. We still need a couple more small keys. We do want to see one left out.
There's
Oh,
Ruto's letter. Hello.
Oh, okay, so, wow, well, cloudike now massively in the lead now because he's just going to run right over there and drop that letter off and find out what is in Ice Cavern.
Honestly,
And,
I think that's a mistake. There were 2 more bowlock checks he could have done
Yep.
while he was there.
There were 2 more bowlock checks, and there was horseback archery as well. So if you left something there, that's going to feel pretty bad. But I don't think it's not likely to be that bad.
As far as go mode items that we know of for sure, we're 2 away. So
Yeah, we're
now
gonna
we do
need
know we have a
hammer.
song that we're looking for, because we definitely need Requiem of Spirit.
And then we also need hammer and mirror shield, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just 2 items. 2 items and a song.
I guess the song's not an item, technically. This
Yeah,
is song
like-
sanity.
I like to view them as kind of a separate thing, I guess. That's right, Faith. Will DP go back to GTG after Forest? I would think so. I mean, there isn't much left in his seed.
So I'm actually not convinced that we know that 20 Skulls is dead. We know 30 is dead, but Used Pizza here just got his 20th here in Forest, and cloudike got his like 16th or so I don't think anyone's checked 20.
No one's checked 20, but with no Nocturne, I don't know. I don't know if DP's gonna prioritize checking that 20 Skulls, especially because he has to go. He's probably gonna go back. I mean, he's probably not gonna go back Child for a while. He's done in the graveyard. An unresolved second. No, the 2 we had 2 Way of the Heroes in CAC. One was a strength, and another was our. What else was in Kakariko? Our hover boots were in Kakariko.
Yeah, but hover boots aren't necessarily Way of the Hero.
Yeah, they could be.
Yeah,
Did
I
I
mean that
actually
would
miss us
imply
getting
there's
a
something in
third-
Shadow Temple.
Did we actually get 3 Way of the Heroes on CAC already now?
I'm not entirely certain. I thought we might have, but I could be making that.
I mean, I haven't seen anything other than Kakariko and GTG and Ice Cavern. Like, I haven't seen the 4th one.
Oh, the bow. The bow was the second one.
Oh, right. The bow was in CAC. And it was the first bow. Like, we're pretty sure.
The strength is not actually guaranteed to have been a Way of the Hero there. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Because
Cloudike.
the other 2 strengths are also available with like ease.
Yeah, they were pretty easy to get to. Also, cloudike electing to play Bolero to get over to Ice Cavern, as opposed to Minuet. It's basically probably the same amount of time. Especially because most of the time people will just void out once they get out of the Sacred Forest Meadow. Alright, where is DP gonna go? DP going CAC first? That's what you think?
We will see.
Alright, chat, where do you think DP's going? Is he going to Kakariko, or is he gonna make the choice to go back to GTG? Where do you think he's heading?
I mean, it's probably Kakariko, given the fact that he's going through the Lost Woods.
He cannot go to Shadow yet, Megalinx. He does not have a Nocturne of Shadow. Can't get there just yet.
And we can't get Nocturne until we have that hammer.
Bolero or Minuet. Basically, Minuet, it just puts you right inside the Lost Woods. But it requires you to go out of the Sacred Forest Meadow, then take a Void out, unless you want to walk all the way back through the Lost Woods. I'm sure it's very give and take as to which one is faster. Also, shout out to that stone hint right there.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What was it?
It was Ice Cavern's Way of the Hero.
Oh, yeah, cool.
We're right here.
Cool
That thing you're
times.
about to go do.
Hey,
All right, more
Deku Stick
sticks.
upgrade. I'm
More
never going to
sticks.
say no to that.
No, I wouldn't either. I think DP's retracing some of his steps to read these stones. That is... Oh, that's the long shot, unless it's fake.
Oh, boy.
Oh, is that a real long shot?
It is!
Oh, my.
And that's
But
not
that
even an
is
ice cavern. Like, that does not count as ice cavern.
It doesn't. But, I mean, that's a pretty free long shot just chilling on the iceberg.
I mean, literally.
Is that double
God,
magic in the
that's-
bottom,
oh,
too?
Oh, no. I didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about the pun. You hate to see that happen.
It appeared to just be bombs under the water.
Yeah, that to me that looked like just some bombs. All right, charging up the spin attack here should hit all three of the ice douchebags.
Fair enough. That is.
I don't know what they're called.
I don't know what they're called, but that seems like a pretty solid name.
How many bottles? I think they only have... Well, Cloudike has 2, because he found Ruto's letter inside of GTG. I think DP only has 1. And alright, here's that 20 skull check.
Just bombs.
Yeah, you can't use the Big Poe bottle until you turn in the Big Poe. He still has the bottle.
All right, speaking of Bo, we are getting a shooting gallery adult check.
I always like to think that this is one of those checks that you always forget about if you get Bo super late. Because you walk past it like 5 times without being able to do it.
I mean, I have plenty of experience completely forgetting about this check.
Alright, what is this? Alright, DP, the first to 11 hearts. He's a healthy boy.
The second row has been achieved.
And
Alright.
I'm pretty sure that Serenade of Water most likely means DP is going to be making the choice to finally go back to GTG. Unless he's a psychopath and wants to dip into water.
There is that possibility.
He's off to the left side. Looks like he's just going to take his lumps, go on back to GTG.
Rule of thumb, do every check somewhere that has Way of the Hero on it, because just because you found one thing doesn't mean there's not another one that it was actually talked about.
There is that. That is quite... That's quite a good set of advice, I would say.
Yeah, the lab didn't have anything in it. Now what DP is hoping for is he's going to go in there. Obviously, he's going to find his Ruto's letter. If DP progresses farther and finds more items, then I would assume that it kind of tilts back into his favor, because we don't know how long it's going to be until Cloudike runs out of checks to do and then ultimately goes back there.
Yeah, so in the event that there is a additional item of consequence in the remaining checks in GTG, minus the toilet bowl, of course, then you would say that Used Pizza is in a much better location. However, otherwise, Cloudike probably has a pretty solid lead.
I'm just trying to think if there's potentially some weird song logic or potentially some other weird roundabout logic of this item potentially not being one of the three. We're assuming that we're gonna get one of three things. We're either gonna get our hammer, we're gonna get a mirror shield, or we're gonna get Requiem of Spirit. But if it's not one of those, is there anything like you can think of that it might be?
It could be Boomerang.
Oh,
that would get you access to Jabu.
Oh God. If it's Boomerang, that would be tragic. If it was Boomerang.
But I would bet a significant amount of money, if I were a betting man, that it's Requiem.
cloudike, some pretty risky strats here in the ice cavern with a lot of side hops and back walking, trying to get these little seam jumps to get up there to avoid the block pushing.
Yeah, another possibility is to use some ground jumps if you're familiar with that strategy.
Looks like that's what he's electing to do now. All right, DP already being a little more thorough than cloudike. He's going to elect to do Gerudo Archery first.
All right, horseback archery time.
Get the sour please in chat for a great song. Also, very easy strat here to get 1,000 before even getting over to this target. You don't even need the pots. Yeehaw! All right, first item. Oh, the mirror
shield! Oh!
That is huge for DP! Absolutely huge!
Okay.
That might actually put DP back in the lead because I don't know when Cloud's gonna get back for this check.
Wow! Folks, we have a race.
This is definitely a race.
This is anybody's race at this point. DP gotta be careful with these arrows. He's got 5 left.
Yeah, 5 left to get 250 points. I think we can shoot some pots and call it good. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, does he now? But here's the thing: someone asking in chat, does he still go GTG now?
Who knows?
All right, just a bloopy. All right, DP.
Well, the fact that he's getting back on the horse seems to indicate that he is going to go back to GTG.
And the hammer and Requiem is in Ice Cavern.
Holy
oh my
crap.
God! A loaded ice cavern. This race is insane.
That's actually not what Cloud wanted to see.
Exactly what we got to do now.
That actually is going to help Pizza more because he's just going to get the Rudo's letter, regardless if he does all 4 checks, and it's just going to guide him there.
Yep,
he knows it's on the way to 0.
It's pretty. Oh my God, you're right. If DP could stop right now, that's every item we need.
Those slashes that Use Pizza just did
no,
are...
DP, stop! You're done! You're gonna
With the knowledge he has, he's technically making the right choice, though. As far as he's concerned, he's still missing 2 items.
It'll only take like 30 seconds, and this...
It's true, but man.
This is going to gain him so much time in the long run here.
Looking like you can't quite reach that target.
Yeah, I mean, you have a good point there, Doc, because I feel like Cloud will probably have to come in here again later just to make sure to find the mirror shield.
Yeah, I think DP was sitting there like, that. I think the slashes were really just more rage at the chickens, to be honest, because it was because of those that he didn't check this the first time.
That's right, yeah. All right, check number 3.
Oh, that's right. Cloud may deep fire. If there's an early boss key in fire, Pizza has a huge advantage. Because I could see Cloud deep fire digging because he needs the mirror shield.
Yep, DP's bailing. DP is going to bail on the rest of GTG unless he's just resetting to check the middle of the next couple checks in the middle of the console.
That's all he can do. I mean, those were the only 4 extra checks he could do. The last check he has All the last checks he has are Song of Time blocked.
Well, there's the middle chest he can get to. The very center. I mean, technically, it might be locked by the Song of Time. Basically, it's a 50-50 shot of being a small key.
I think he has also one more check. I think there's one more small chest he hasn't opened.
Yeah, that's the toilet bowl chest.
Yeah. So we got a 50-50 shot. You're right. I just had to I got to do some quick math in my head.
We know there are 2 keys on the right side.
Oh yeah. He hasn't opened this chest yet. Right over here.
Oh, this means the toilet has an item, but we don't care about it because we know it's not needed.
I actually think there's still one more key at large, so it could be the key. I could be wrong.
No, there were 2. Remember, there was one in a chest and one was free floating on the right side.
He picked that one up, I think, potentially. Bow in toilet. I mean, could be the 3rd bow in the toilet, yeah.
That would be
No,
ridiculous.
so Pizza, unlike Cloud, he save scummed his keys.
Yeah.
Which gave him an advantage where if they did have to get Song of Time to get to the center, then he had the advantage there in that he only needed Song of Time and not to also do the toilet.
Okay, it does look also like Used Pizza is going to head to the Wasteland chest with a fire source in hand. That is going to be possible. But hopefully, for him anyway, he will head over to Ice Cavern as quickly as possible. I imagine that seems like the play to me.
I mean...
I would contend the long shot's not actually necessary.
That's true. I mean, he knows he needs the hammer. How about that?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Gotta find that hammer. We know where it is. Also, DP with the immediate knowledge that he is gonna have to piled spirit. As we mentioned, cloudike does not know that. He's probably just gonna force wind into spirit. Go ahead and get his 2 items. All right, DP, where are you going now? Going back to the Temple of Time.
Yeah, that indicates he's probably going to go turn in the letter.
All right.
Unless
So
I'm
beginning
mistaken,
the
both of
process.
them have seen Ice Cavern Hint, so he knows that he needs to go there.
Yeah, and also knowing that Requiem is an item he needs and that there's a song check there, I can't imagine any place that is more magnetic than Ice Cavern right now.
I mean, he's got to be thinking what? One of the 2 remaining song checks for him is what he has to worry about? Or 3? No, there's only... I mean, he's got...
It has to be Ice. It has to be Ice Cavern, because the other one requires completing Spirit Temple.
Well, no, then there's the one that only requires fire, but then there's the thing is he knows
that
hammer.
one is Nocturne.
Oh, right. Yeah, so then he knows that Ice Cavern is his Requiem, you're right.
Hammer was in Ice Cavern.
It was in the Iron Boots chest, actually. So as soon as you get the song, you also get the hammer, and for Used Pizza, that will be go mode.
I mean, it's going to be... I know we're talking about DP having this massive... I mean, with the way this boss key is shaping up, cloudike has yet to find it. This is actually going to be... this is going to be really, really close, I think. I have a feeling this is going to come down to, like, both of our players are going to be in Ganon's castle at the same time.
I will agree with you. The deeper this boss key goes, the less advantage Pizza has. Because that's every extra check that DP has to go through is a check Cloud was going to do that DP was going to skip if it was an early boss key.
See, I believe your name is Zarunlo. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. we're forgetting that cloudike has found the long shot. So there's a chance that cloudike could actually even push GTG back farther and go into the water temple.
Ugh. See, I have about the same opinion of the water temple as you have of Anju's chickens.
Oh no, I can't stand the water temple too. Like, the water temple is easily the worst area in the game.
I mean, Pizza's gonna feel kind of dumb here in a second once he gets his hammer, but he's making the right move with what he has.
And it does look like DP is gonna head into Zora's Fountain for a little bit. There's another hint that we hadn't seen before, I think. Showing
That's good to know. That saves time in Spirit Temple.
Yeah. That being said, when DP heads back to Spirit Temple, he's gonna be go mode, I think, so.
But no, this is really smart by DP. Just dropping Furrow's Wind in here, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, and then immediately bailing. That is a good call. If he continued on in Jabu, I would have been a little concerned. Okay, there's our boss key in Fire Temple. It's in the shortcut chest.
But Cloud still has to go deeper, I think, because he needs the Mirror Shield.
Yeah, Cloud's gonna elect to go, falling there for some reason. With that fall, he might just save quit, yeah.
Looks like now he's gonna go do the boss, and then he's got a decision to make.
I think he might have just decided to peace out. He's like, you know what? I don't want to do Deep Fire.
Biggest problem he's gonna have is there was no hint indicating that Mirror Shield. It's just when does he go try it? When does he get the feeling that it could be there?
cloudike, again, another thing he could potentially go do is that Fairy Fountain. It's not a huge time sink, but he's going to be right here. So he might elect to just leave here, maybe go do that Fairy Fountain, and then he's got a choice. Either go back to GTG for a third time and do the archery, or come back in here, do Deep Fire, or go to Water Temple. Also, yo, Aaron with the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much, man. Yo, shout out to the Zelda Speedruns 2 channel with 25 subs now.
Sorry, Cubs. I put 25 subs the other night onto the main channel. I'm giving myself a break.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for the support. We hope you are enjoying the commentary and enjoying the race. This is the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament. My name is Kuiper Don't Care, and I'm here with Dr. Bob Tastic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. cloudike doing the beautiful Volvagia one-cycle strats.
So nice. Just dropping a whole bunch of bombs into the same little hole. And just doing some crouch stabs. And a nice one cycle. Alright, cloudike. Honestly, this decision could potentially determine the race for cloudike. If he goes anywhere else other than back to GTG, he could very well just give this race back to DP.
It is a pretty... it's a pretty harrowing moment. And for fans of cloudike, it's going to be pretty difficult. You're going to be on the edge of your seat, I'm sure. And of course, fans of Used Pizza are probably hoping he goes anywhere else.
DP thinking, oh my god, that is a long shot. DP probably now having thoughts in his mind like, oh no, is this an all dungeon seed? Alright, cloudike bailing on Deeper Fire for the time being. Gonna check this Fairy Fountain first. I would imagine he goes to Spirit Temple first.
Wait, is that a wallet?
That is... I don't know what that is.
No, it's magic. Good. I mean, from a distance, it looked like bombs to me. But yeah, extra magic upgrade, it seems pretty good to me.
I don't fault him for going down for that.
All right, so Cloudike gonna head back to the Spirit Temple. And he's gonna be disappointed with what he finds. Ice Cavern's way of the hero.
Oh, really?
DP sitting there like, all right, yeah, I know. I'll be there in a second.
I mean, that hint is really going to reward him because of that hammer. I don't think he'll be like... I kind of going to have to go... I wish he had his camera on so we could go watch his reaction.
Yeah, I definitely want to know... I mean, he's going to... I'm hoping that DP decides to jump in the call with us after the run is over, but I'm definitely going to be interested to know, like, once he opens up this hammer, what his reaction's going to be. Apparently, Trez does not know what to do with his third emote slot. I'm assuming it's going to be a chicken emote to piss me off.
Well, it is now.
DP has another race scheduled immediately after. Aw. I want to go I really want to ask DP why he decided to do the swag strat in the rock maze as opposed to just picking up the silver boulder.
That would be kind of hilarious.
All right, Cloudike gonna be picking up his silver rupees. And he will be key locked, so probably just gonna go immediately to Child and finish up as much of this dungeon as he can. And that looks to be what he is going to do. All right, DP, you're about to enter go mode, and Cloudike gonna be picking up his Nocturne of Shadow, which we now know is completely Shadow is 100% empty.
All right, so Cloudike heading back to Child. What are we gonna do with that?
See, another interesting thing that DP's gonna have an advantage on. Spirit's one of those temples that, depending upon when you get your keys and when you get your boss key, DP is going to have the luxury. He can just run past. Once he gets enough keys, he can just run past every check. Whereas Cloudike is going to come back here as an adult and open every single thing.
Yeah, I imagine you go ahead and head through. You go into the Child side. You get the 2 chests that are only accessible to the Child. And then you come back as an adult. Oh, no. Okay. I see what he's doing. He's going to go turn in 20 skulls.
You and I both got a little nervous. We're like, he's not going into Shadow, is he? Oh, but oh my god, he's about to get it. He's about to get Din's Fire. Oh, no.
Oof.
Oh,
and I was
no,
about
Cloudike.
to say, without Din's Fire.
Oh, no.
Would we have seen him go deeper as Child without that?
Cloudike? I mean, he's gonna go Spirit first. But, oh boy, that is gonna be a scary thing for him to find. If you are a Cloudike fan, you better hope that he does not take the bait. Oh my, that is actually the worst thing that Cloudike could have found right there. Yeah, I mean, Shadow Temple is so much... He's got the song. It's so much better value than going back to archery.
So the reason I was saying that you only do the 2 chests on the left side for Child is that way you can save a key.
Right, yeah.
And so you only need 3... If you save that key and you save the key... There's one other key you don't have to use. The one going to
the Child side Iron
Knuckle. Then you only need 3 small keys and the boss key to finish.
I mean, I would have thrown out, though, because he didn't have Dins at first. If he didn't have Dins still, it may have been worth going up to do at least the Silver Rupee as a Child. Because that is a very precision shot with the dulled arrows.
I didn't even know you could do it.
There is a way, and it's tough. Din's Fire is the easier way to do it as an adult.
Are you talking about the torches in like the middle room?
Yeah, in the room with the silver rupees and the 3 BMOS. Oh, you're talking about... Oh, yeah, there is also the one, the center chest, where you can push the statue all the way up.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
That's actually... You have a good
that.
point. That's the even harder one to get as an adult if you don't have Dins.
I've done that strat before, and it is awful. I mean, because it is so hard to see the torches. I mean, it's like desperate. That's like a desperation strat that you do. When you've read like a specific hint.
So we got Used Pizza heading to the Iron Boots chest. This is going to be the go mode moment.
And cloudike going to be picking up. This is guaranteed to be a small key. All right, so cloudike now going to be heading back to become adult, and he's going to come back to Spirit Temple, most likely in DP. Is about 15 seconds away from entering full-on go mode. And he's going to have to hope that cloudike just makes what might be a ridiculous gamble. There is his hammer. There is his go mode.
Suddenly, both of the things he was looking for fall right into his lap, and it is go mode time.
This is an interesting play. It looks like he's going to go do Spirit before Fire.
Yeah, that does look like the case.
I guess, does it really matter what order he does it in?
I mean, not particularly. You're just playing songs either way, and I think the earlier you finish off with anything you're going to do as a child, probably the better.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is going to be the last time he has to take this trip, so. Yeah, this is really tense. I mean, cloudike, and this isn't hyperbole. cloudike, after he gets locked out of this Spirit Temple, is going to have to make the call of the century by going back to archery and doing horseback archery, going back into fire, over to Water Temple, into Shadow Temple. Like, that is a ridiculous call that cloudike is going to have to make if he wants a shot at catching DP.
The way of the hero hints, if he follows them, they're going to push him to Shadow Temple. And I just don't see him doing archery before Shadow Temple.
Now he's got Boomerang! Oh no!
Oh boy.
Now he has Boomerang! Oh, just the worst possible items being found by cloudike to push him away towards his eventual progression.
I mean, this is basically Jebaited : the seed.
Oh my gosh! DP doing I guess that's a death strat that I'm not aware of?
I think he just slipped off the edge.
Okay, I was gonna give him credit, but I was like, oh man, DP, that's a strat I've never seen before. Nope, he just fell off the ledge. At least cloudike is validated now. At the very least, cloudike has been validated. And I don't want to be getting inside DP's head right now, but DP's probably thinking to himself, just because of that bow, that he's behind.
Oh yeah. Like, both runners would think, oh my goodness, this bow was available from literally the start of this game. My opponent probably checked it. I'm screwed in half.
I mean, he was appropriately behind until that horseback archery, though, for sure.
All right, DP with his first small key, and I've been trying to pay attention. Keys have been for cloudike. That was the first one I think he's found, and it was in the right hand of the statue inside the lobby. Just keeping track of where these keys are.
I think there's guaranteed to be one, maybe two keys in these chests here.
All right, that is 2. Also, cloudike picking up his... cloudike's at 23 skulls. Oh, wow, that's all 3 keys.
Yeah. He's got all the keys he needs now. And one extra, actually.
So
But
now
as you
it's
guys
just
mentioned,
find the boss key.
Yeah, he needs the boss one.
unfortunately, he doesn't know where the mirror shield is, so he's going to do checks he doesn't need to.
Oh my, DP with the horseback archery being the thoroughness of DP coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, I mean, those horseback archery, those sorts of checks over there, those are the sorts of things where I'm just like, so Gerudo Training Grounds, you know, you don't have a good song to get here quickly. If you ever have to come back here, you're going to hate yourself. So,
yeah, pretty much. Also, I don't think you guys are crazy. You DP fans that have been in the chat all day long, you guys have been. I love seeing chat as active as it is. It's really fun.
Yeah,
As a commentator, I like it a lot.
Regardless of what's being posted, if you know any support for the runners on either side, definitely appreciated. Absolutely.
Have
You guys
both
are great.
runners,
I love you guys.
Did they both see that the mirror shield chest was dead?
I think Used Pizza did. I don't believe cloudike actually checked that stone.
Use pizza laughing at that boomerang.
Yeah, so this check that cloudike's doing, we already know it's not going to be his boss key, right?
Well, it can't be.
Ah, you're right. Because it's not 5-0, which is likely going to change the logic there.
Mr. Penguin saying, I'm always rooting for the left side of the screen. That's an interesting way to go about things.
Fair enough.
So
And
Cloud's just hoping
as
for
we
the
tend to
vanilla
put the
mirror
higher
shield.
seed on the left side, it's pretty good. Pretty good strat. Sorry about that. I interrupted you.
Now I was just saying he's just going to be using the long shot to get on.
Yeah, if you're going to end up checking this chest, this is kind of the way to go, because that way you don't have to waste a key. I mean, unless you go through this way, in which case you can go ahead and waste a key, sure. Alright, so Used Pizza's going to find enough keys in here to finish it off.
And he's still going to be opening things for his boss key, though, so hoping that he finds it. I mean, pretty much up until the last 2 checks you do, the one inside the Zelda's Lullaby room, it's on the wall for. Not going to save too much time on cloudike, who has still not found that boss key. Also, cloudike, I don't believe, has enough magic to light all these torches, so he's going to have to pick up all these silver rupees.
That is pretty unfortunate.
DP not going to have that problem with his double magic.
I find it very strange that there's just not a lot of ways to get magic here in Spirit Temple until you're already toward the end.
Right, when you're fighting up all those, I don't know, those like fire slugs that always drop magic for you. You don't fight any of them.
Yeah, I think they're called fire slugs.
Just what a creative name.
I mean, I could be making that up.
Fire Temple boss key was in the shortcut
Torch slug.
chest. Torch slug. Okay, that's a little more of a cool name. But yeah, the Fire Temple boss key was in the shortcut chest, so about halfway through Fire Temple, not deep fire. And everyone here in chat is upset about it.
Yeah. Not shallow fire either, though.
Shallow fire is like the best. Oh, DP found it!
There it is, and it's blocked by the mirror shield.
Oh, it is!
cloudike will not find that boss key right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I mean, this might be DP's race to lose. I mean, he's gonna walk right past this room. he's officially past Cloudike in the Spirit Temple.
And then all he has to do is finish this dungeon, then just go find the boss key in Fire Temple and be done with it. Meanwhile, Cloudike has to get out of this dungeon once he's checked all the possible chests and, as you said, make the call of the century.
I believe 10th Doctor, you came in the chat. The Fire Temple boss key is in the shortcut chest in Fire, so we've dubbed that about medium fire.
I mean, if you want to use meme names, that's Deep Fire, because then you have Deeper and Deepest.
All right.
Okay.
That's fair.
See,
I like the Deeper and Deepest, yeah.
I was trying to come up with a word that means medium depth.
Cloudike, I hate to break it to you, man. That is
This is unfortunate.
It really is.
With the knowledge he has,
on Shadow.
it is
Ooh,
technically
wait. Oh,
the
is
right
he
call.
thinking about it? Oh, it looked like he was thinking about bailing on it. Oh, he pulled the ocarina out like, do I go in? And now he's going in.
With the hovers in Kakariko and a Way of the Hero Cack, which it sounds like we think is double Way of the Hero again tonight, it's the right play with his knowledge.
It is 100% reasonable from his perspective, but I mean, knowing where Mirror Shield is, I mean, Cloudike took the gamble, decided to just rush GTG and then made the decision to just gamble, say, okay, I got my Ruto's letter, I'm heading out, I know Ice Cavern's Way of the Hero.
So, for those of you just tuning in, the Mirror Shield is at the Horseback Archery 1000 point, so the easy version. But unfortunately, Cloudike found Ruto's letter in Gerudo Training Grounds after using the bow and decided that was enough. Whereas when Used Pizza came by, he actually went to Horseback Archery first.
Yeah, I mean, and technically this is the upset with Pizza winning. Even though it says 5 on there, if you actually look at the standings, he is the lower seed, like the higher number.
Yeah, so this is 33rd seed versus 28th.
I was gonna say 10th Doctor's got to give him. He's not the 35th. He's 33rd. Give me a little bit of respect. Put some respect.
Well, if you follow the actual numbers, there's not 33rd either, because there were a couple people I think ahead of him that were opted out. So, but
yeah, he was the 35th finisher in the qualifiers.
All right,
that is true.
Fair enough. But he's top 5 now, and he is well on his way to advancing to the next round. As Cloudike is, man, he is lost in the Shadow Temple. All because he didn't want to ride that horse. That's right, you respect my DP.
I mean, I'd argue he's 34th, not 35th, because of other reasons that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about at all. DP gotta get over there, get this one cycle.
Most of DP's chat probably is aware of it, because a lot of them also watch Spike.
All right,
Spike
so
Vegeta, who's that?
A one-cycle play on Twin Rova, and now all Used Pizza has to do is make his way over to Fire and get that boss key.
Curious, what item are we gonna have? Oh, is Cloudike picking up his? I believe that was the 30 stick upgrade. Yeah, I agree, Brizgy. Like, this seed just has so much bait in it, especially the bait coming in super late when you really only had one item left. Which is real big feels bad, man.
And I mean, so many of us have been, taken on a big old ride by the last item you're looking for. You find every single item leading up to it in a chain, and so you're probably thinking, oh, this seed's leading me by the hand again. But nope. Turns out this seed is actually pretty shallow in number of spheres, now that I'm thinking about it.
It is. What I was going to ask you was, is it is the chickens having the in-logic bow, or is the real heavy bait here late what makes this seed tough?
I think the answer to that question is yes.
Both.
I feel like
both
that's a
make this seed
bait of a
tough.
question. With you in here, I think the answer just has to be chickens. I don't think there's
The
an
answer
option
is
on it.
always chickens, if chickens are involved. I don't care what it is. Chickens are awful. And the fact that they were mandatory... We still don't know where the third bow is. And I'm kind of hoping it's, like, real early in the water temple.
That would be pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, you've admitted you don't mind Talon's chickens, though.
No. Talon's chickens is fine because it's quick.
And they're super
and not
chickens.
stupid. And I'm not sending chickens to their death by some evil witch woman.
Does she have the moon in her eyes?
She does. I'm convinced that somewhere buried in the Zelda lore is that Anju is somehow responsible for Ganon's existence. I'm convinced it's in there somewhere.
Well, I mean, look what she did to a small boy in Majora's Mask.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm convinced. It's like the doll is evil theory in Bloodborne. I'm gonna start the conspiracy theory that Anju is responsible for all of the turmoil in Hyrule. I'm starting it. Cloudike making his way, just backflipping over that. Yeah, Butternans. That's the one. That was the theory that I came up with, that she's an ex-Gerudo, and that she's Ganon's mom. That was actually what I said on commentary the other day.
So Scott and Frood, this may actually still be sub 3 depending on how fast Pizza DP executes here.
Let's see. How much time has he got left in this fire temple? Probably.
Well, he's got to climb the. He's got to go up the little block, and then he's got to check a couple chests to get around the fire thing. Then he's got to climb up on top of the maze, and then hopefully take the shortcut down immediately. That's the fastest he could probably do it.
Oh, so Megalinks, I know, but that's such a boring... You always expect it to be the evil witches that are the mothers of the evil villain. Let it be some hapless chicken farmer in the village. At least that's what I want, because I hate Anju and I hate her chickens, and I'm glad DP tried to kill her.
Now, should we all be disappointed that we basically didn't really have a chance to do a good vote because we were, like, waiting on two things the whole time? And it was just like, all of a sudden, we would get two things.
We did kind of get items in pairs at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty...
And, in fact, literally got two items in pairs at the very end. Like, just, here's both things you need.
That's another big Poe in a bottle.
Was that... No, that looked like a normal Poe. Are you sure it was not...
It was big.
That was 100% another big Poe.
There could be two big Poes in... I did not know that.
Yep, so three bottles today, requiring you to empty them in a special way before you can use them. The fourth one, of course, being the milk bottle on the graveyard ledge.
With Ice Cavern being required.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like, what a cheeky little way for the seed to be mean. Like, that's such, like, a little tiny thing. But you needed to get all the way to the end of Ice Cavern with one bow. I'm sorry, with bottles that needed to be dumped off in specific locations. Yeah, Polygan bringing up an interesting point. Can you even empty the second big Poe on the one Poe settings?
I don't know. Maybe I think you can. I think he just gives you the money for it, and he's like, "Oh,
That
you've
might
got
be-
twice as many points as you need." Okay.
The interesting question, though...
I've literally never seen that happen, so I don't know.
Is there supposed to ever actually be two big Poes in a bottle in a seed, though?
I am not the person to ask that. That we need a dev. We need somebody like... We need a Nat in here. A Nat knows the answer, I'm sure.
I mean, is it supposed to? I'm done.
Oh man. Okay, so I just got that, and you're a bad person.
I am. You are correct.
You're a bad. You're bad. We need to get. You're bad. I don't know what else to say. You're bad. You're a bad person. Boo this man. Boo this man. Boo him.
Wait, why am I
That
getting
wasn't
banned
Shadow,
codes?
that was me. That was Dr. Bob.
No, ban Shadow anyway, because he made this seed that had chickens in it. Ban him.
I did not program the web generator. That was all DB.
I bet you did. I bet you didn't.
I don't know.
I tried to help and offer. They didn't give me anything.
I don't think we can ban Tresco, unfortunately.
I like how you preface that by saying, unfortunately, we can't ban Tresco.
There interestingly was a discussion about this in the other channel before this race started about how the only person that can ban Tresco is Tresco.
This is the type of dictatorship that should not stand. We need to rise up. How dare Tresco not be able to be banned? How dare he?
All right. So once again, following the action here, cloudike is heading through Shadow Temple. We know this is not going to pay off, unfortunately, for him. But we've got usedpizza heading into the upper boulder maze, using Ferrari's wind so he doesn't have to traverse this maze more than once. And we'll see where he goes first. He's going for the shortcut chest, so this will be what he's looking for.
I was gonna say, most people usually don't check this first. They usually check this on the way back. DP electing to do it first. And I guess if you count keys, this is technically go mode.
There we go. And he's doing an immediate save and quit, and that will send him directly to the boss.
You know, Flint, I don't think DP, DP doesn't strike me as a screaming guy. I don't know about you, but, I would definitely say the DP right now is sweating. No, knowing that the other racer hasn't finished yet. Oh, cloudike falling off the boat.
Ooh, that is significantly unfortunate.
Oh man, that's a nasty little time loss that cloudike just had. And I mean, I'll tell you what, he's committed though. If I, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, if I would have fallen there, I might have just bailed and just made the shortcut. Because now you just gotta watch this cutscene again, you gotta ride the boat all the way across. Alright, DP gonna see if he goes for the super quick one cycle strat on Velagia. Gonna elect to kill these Stalfos as cloudike. Yep, just gonna go for the bomb strat here. Again, for those of you that may not know, hitboxes. As you can hear the little sound effect going off when the bombs explode. One of Velagia's hitboxes is the one you see right there, DP hitting with the hammer. There's another one underneath the platform in the hole that Velagia just went into.
Yeah, and so, and it becomes inactive if he decides to fly out again. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen, and that's why you try to land a specific number of bombs and get him on a specific damage value each time.
So, let's see. Just to kind of wrap everything up, we know what our Ocarina of Time song check was. This means that the Burning Cack song was Sorry a Song.
Yep. And clearly nothing of value on that.
Alright, now here's the next big important thing. Will DP open the validation chest?
I mean, maybe. There are various reasons you might want to do that. Some of it is with the memes.
Mostly the memes, right? I mean, I think it's really important. I mean, with this seed, obviously he's not going to cut the 3.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking, Just Steal. Like, it could be double defense.
Yeah, double defense. Like, if I don't have double defense, I'm opening the chest just because I like to have it.
You trying to say you prefer double Ds, Mr. Bob-tastic?
I'm trying to say I'm bad at this game.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure anyone who's seen me play would concur with that assessment.
Go used Peaser. Pizzer? Is that how you pronounce that, Ivan? Is it Pizzer? I'll go with Pizzer. Pizzer sounds good. Also, someone else brought up a point. Will used pizza finish before cloudike finds the mirror shield?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, because after this, I mean, where's cloudike gonna go?
I mean, if he's getting baited into stone dungeons, he might as well get baited into water.
Possibly thinking that there's something locked behind a Song of Time check, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
The mirror shield is on 1,000 horseback archery, which our good friend cloudike here just elected to not do when he went back to GTG the second time.
Upon finding Ruto's letter in Gerudo Training Grounds in, like, the first couple of chests with the bow, he was like, nope, I'm out.
I mean, that's just such a tough break. Like, you know GTG is Way of the Hero, but I mean, the odds of GTG and Gerudo Fortress also being Way of the Hero...
Yeah.
Especially knowing that... Oh, DP not opening! Damn it! Disqualify him. Disqualify him right now. He's not opening it. I feel betrayed. I'm betrayed! DP, how could you?
Ripperoni.
How could you, DP?
Just another bloopy there on Bongo. I imagine cloudike kind of pulling his hair out at this point.
DP, gotta be careful. Alright, we're good. We should be fine here.
And for some reason, Ganon thinks it's a great idea to give you your health when you walk into the room.
You know, I was like, it doesn't make much sense to me that Ganon is programmed to just fill your hearts. That's a little strange to me.
And what's stranger is he fills your hearts, but not your magic.
Yeah. There's a couple of pots in that previous room where you can pick up some magic if you really want to. Sometimes I've done that. But Used Pizza has enough. If you do this right, you only need one shot.
He would really have to whiff this Ganon fight in order to need more magic. Yeah, if I'm DP, I'm sorry to cut you off there, Bob. I was just gonna say, if I'm DP, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, we're both in here at the same time.
In Used Pizza's defense about that validation chest, let's be fair, you have to be thinking, I'm so behind.
Yeah, he's either got to assume we're both in here at the same time, or he's about to finish.
Bottle strats on Ganon.
Oh,
I have to imagine the programmers were making a reference to Link to the Past, where you could use the bug net to knock back the particles there.
Isn't that like a running joke in most Zelda games that the most useless item is actually kind of useful against Ganon at the end?
Yeah, sometimes. Alright, so Used Pizza, of course, getting ready for Master Sword jump slash storage. That'll allow him to deal that damage with the hammer using crouch stabs. Or the big Ron sword if he decides to switch back. A very nice one-cycle Ganondorf with the big Ron sword. Takes 5 jump slashes worth of damage.
And we want to say, as DP is entering the Ganon fight, going to be finishing up this seed and moving on to the next round, want to congratulate GG DP. Congrats on not getting destroyed by the chickens.
It is fortunate that both of our runners had, for him anyway, it is fortunate that both of our runners decided that they hate the chickens as much as you do.
Everyone should hate the chickens as much as I do. Alright, second hit. That's the third hit.
So 3 hits for the first phase. It's like 5 for the second or something like that.
I believe it is. It's either 5 or 4. So where was the other bow? We only found one other bow, and it was in the forest temple. We do not know where the third bow is. Also, DP going for the jump slash strats here. No, it must have just been that one. Didn't like his positioning for the crouch stab. Oh, the lag. The lag here is just insane. Like, playing this as a little kid, it felt like super dramatic. No, it's just the system lagging.
There we have it. Use Pizza taking down Ganon. The final slash is ready.
5th in the world, the 5th best player in the world at Ocarina of Time randomizer. Used Pizza. Woo! Moving on against cloudike. What's that? Correct. Confirmed here on Zelda Speedruns 2.
And there we have it. Use Pizza finishing with an official time of 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 35 seconds. And
Tell you what, that was
sounds like we have been joined by Mr. Use Pizza himself. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you.
And Dr. Bobtastic. GG, both of you on a... I'll tell you what, guys. Obviously, you guys didn't know it, but there was a time there where both me and Bobtastic both thought you guys were going to be in Ganon's castle at the exact same time. It was that close.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, Bobtastic... I'm sorry, not Bobtastic. We're waiting on... Are we waiting on... Do we know if Cloudike is going to be joining us?
He does not have a microphone.
He doesn't
He
have
will
a
be in
microphone.
chat, though.
Okay, so we'll pay attention to that, see if he comes around in chat. There he is. I see him right now. GG. Cloudike, have you been informed as to where your mirror shield is?
He knows.
Does he know? Okay, so he knows. All right,
We've been discussing.
So, DP, the first thing I want to ask you, of course, first of all, congratulations on the win. That was an awesome race to watch. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you forget you can pick up silver rocks?
Okay, so the funny thing about that was, I realized like an hour and a half later, I was just thinking around the world, I was like, I had silver gauntlets that whole time. Just hours later, it clicks in my brain.
I mean, we thought you were just going for swag strats there. and what would have been hilarious, and I thought you were going to do this. Yeah, I thought you were doing the hover thing, and then once you got the chest, you were just going to lift the rocks and leave.
Nope, just completely skipped my mind.
What's even funnier is that right after you did that, you went into the crater and got gold gauntlets.
Yeah.
So so now he must know.
It still didn't click then. Not at all.
So basically, I guess the big kind of gotcha of this seed was of course Anju holding the first bow. DP first thing I want to say, DP, is I have an absolute burning hatred for Anju's chickens. I never do it. So the fact that after you got that bow, you decided to cut that bitch down at her knees was like my favorite thing. I loved that.
I had a couple rage slashes in this one, just to calm me down, you know. It costs some time, but it calms the nerve.
Yeah, and we saw the other one once you finally got Ruto's letter there.
Oh yeah, just the first chest in there, of course. Yeah.
We figured that you were also sort of kind of slashing at Anju there as well, because of course if it hadn't have been for her, you'd have gotten that the first time, right?
Yeah, that's when I realized, well, this was early and it led to everything, so if he didn't do the same thing I did with chickens, then I'm probably screwed.
Hey, can we talk about that Iron Boots chest for a second? It's like, oh, here, have go mode all at once.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was surprising. I'm already like planning out my next move, what am I gonna do, and oh, I don't need to think anymore.
Well, from that point, I mean, obviously, because we knew that, and both of you and cloudike both knew that Ice Cavern was Way of the Hero.
Mm-hmm.
So you're walking in, it's like, okay, I'm probably going to get Requiem of Spirit from this song.
I knew that was Requiem for sure.
Yeah. You actually had gone there, I want to say, exactly know how long, but a couple minutes before cloudike had. cloudike hadn't even touched Spirit, so you had the knowledge going in, like, okay, I need this song. So cloudike is probably like, oh, I just have to get this over here because for whatever reason. cloudike probably thought that, oh, it's Way of the Hero because my hammer's over here, most likely. But after that, I mean, it was full-on Goma. So the other thing we were talking, obviously, because cloudike, I don't know if you're still in chat, but the bait in this seed towards the end was insane.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I mean, long shot became available, boomerang.
Yeah. Long shot and boomerang near the end. I was real happy to not have to touch any of that.
And all the stuff for Shadow Temple was actually really early.
Except Fire was at the end.
Minus Nocturne.
Right. Thank God. That really lowered the options a lot. And yeah, with the Requiem Way of the Hero thing and everything, that's part of why I went to do the Lensless Wasteland cross, just because whatever song was there what I got kind of let me know that Requiem was in the Ice Cavern. It was pretty much guaranteed, I think, but I'm not completely perfect with logic. Although I wasn't exactly happy to get Bolero there.
Yeah, cloudike, I don't want to call you out, man. I see you in chat down there, but I did see you make that play to the Ganon's Castle Fairy when you didn't have Zelda's Lullaby.
I do that every few races, man. With a fountain without Zelda's Lullaby.
So I just started in chat. I was just saying, oh yeah, he's just gonna, if you do some like fancy little flip tricks and you do some parkour for the fairy, she just gives you the item. You don't need to.
I think we decided beatboxing was also an option.
Yes, beatboxing was definitely an option. So DP, as the 5th best player in the world at Ocarina of Time Rando, how do you feel about moving on in the tournament?
Well, I might be 5th seed, but I feel like a 33rd seed a little bit with that execution. So, lucky to get anywhere, I think.
How are you feeling about your matchup coming up with 10th Doctor?
With Doc? Oh, yeah. He was in my chat last night, and we're like, it might be up against you next, and he sounded excited for it.
Ooh, is 10th Doctor is who you're going up against?
Yep.
That is a reasonably tough opponent, I'll tell you that much.
And I think the loser's match is Mike Katz. Like, both were decided already.
That's also a pretty tough
round
opponent.
2 is going to be brutal no matter what, basically.
Yeah, I just want to say, cloudike in the chat, trust me, dude, we were talking about it. It was, at some points, you guys were absolutely neck and neck. It was just coming down to that archery decision. You actually did Anju's chickens first. So a lot of decisions.
The decision to, once you got Ruto's letter there, the decision to bail it's a decision you can definitely defend. You knew that Ice Cavern was on the Way of the Hero, and it's just like,
oh, he bailed
I'm
after
gonna
he
do
got
that.
the letter?
Yeah, so he got the letter first, and then he decided, you know what, we're done here. And instead of checking the rest of GTG and heading to horseback archery, and you, of course, had the idea of, I do not want to have to come back here again.
Yeah, I had finished the whole area. That was my goal. That's why I wasted my time in the wasteland too.
Someone said something in chat, one of your people, which, by the way, DP, your chat the entire stream has just been all over the race channel chat. It's been awesome.
Oh,
I've been kind of egging them on a little bit with the cows and some of their copy pastas. They're going crazy right now.
Oh God, yeah, I see it.
So, but I definitely think it's kind of hard to make this type of choice now that you're done, now that you know where everything is. But knowing, obviously, you also knew, okay, so Ice Cavern's kind of the last Way of the Hero that I haven't touched yet. Had you gone into GTG first and found that Ruto's letter, would you have done the same thing? Would you have bailed, or do you think you would have made the decision, you know what, no, I'm clearing this place out to try to find this hammer?
Probably would have cleared it. Like if I had bow first time I was there, or something like that.
Yeah, well, so you went to horseback archery before going back into GTG.
I usually do
You
that.
decided the other way. Like if you'd have found Ruto's
I've been
letter
burned
before.
pretty much every time I've bailed from GTG. So I'm kind of scared away from it.
So, I did just look at the spoiler log. Interesting fact. There were indeed only 3 different locations that were Way of the Hero. Can you guess which one was duplicated?
Was it Ice Cavern?
No.
It could have been Ice Cavern.
It was
It
probably
could've been all of
GTG.
It was GTG, in fact.
Yeah, I had the 3 written down. I wasn't sure if I found a third hint for any of them or not. Even though I'm writing it down, I still lose track.
I didn't notice a third hint for any of them. I don't think we ever actually saw a third hint for any of them.
Yeah. I don't think I did. I was looking out. I was happy to get the 2 foolish choice hints pretty much immediately. Those are way better to me.
Yeah, and especially since it was market, so you like
Oh, yeah.
that's like a
Market.
place that most people do a bunch of things first, and it's just like, yep, not doing that. And Lost Woods is another good.
So the last time I found a foolish market one, I was real paranoid and did stuff in there anyway, hoping for bomb shoes, because like there was no explosives anywhere. But this time it was foolish market, and found both bomb shoes and a bag before going there, so didn't even have to worry about that.
It was a very explosive Gerudo Valley that you went to.
Yeah,
As a
Speaking
child.
of the
I
spoiler
was super
log,
happy with the bomb shoes, and then climb up the ladder. Oh, wow.
speaking of the spoiler log, Shadow, do you know where the third bow was?
Bow locked. Shoot the sun.
Fair enough.
Shoot the sun.
So those damn dirty, disgusting chickens were with that evil witch Anju were actually required.
This is like the latest I've done
Absolutely.
chickens in a while, and what do you know? Had the bow. I was
So
all ready to
insane.
do them right after the well too, but then the last item was the hook shot, and then I'm like, I'll just leave.
Also,
Hey,
Cloudike actually, DP, you weren't. I don't know if you were aware, but so both of you found. I think at least I'm pretty sure both of you found. Okay, so the first big Poe you found in the bottle.
Oh yeah.
So Cloudike went into the Shadow Temple and found another big Poe in a bottle,
Really?
which I have
Multiple,
never
really.
seen before. And we actually had a couple people like, "Can you even turn in the second big Poe with only one big Poe turned on?"
I think they'll just give you cash. Actually, I raced
Yeah.
a seed last night with Spike, and we found 2 big Poes in bottles. And one
Speaking
in
of
the
that, I'm
Shadow
pretty sure
Temple,
you
I
have
think.
to go do a Moman race.
Whatever.
Make them wait. They've been
They're
planning
doing
it all day
fine.
long. They can wait.
Kaipa,
I've
do
been
you
playing all day
actually,
long.
Kaipa, how much do you love chickens in OT?
Am I allowed to swear? How much am I
I
allowed
mean,
to
you
swear?
have been the whole time, so
Man.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead, it's ZSR2, nobody cares.
Nah, I
I'll
fucking
just put
hate
this image
chickens,
on
man.
screen again.
I hate them. The fact that they were required this seed made me. I blamed Shadow the entire time.
It was only 12 spheres, just happened to be blocked by Andrew's chickens.
It was pretty friendly.
like
This is one of the nicest seeds I've ever played.
I thought it was a pretty shallow.
This is
sphere in
actually, I
terms
think
of seed.
303 is actually the fastest I've done on the accessible rule set.
Really?
Like ever.
I've never cut the 3 still. Something I always beef it. Super
So this
hard.
might be your PB on accessible then, you're saying?
I think so.
Live here on Zelda Speedruns to the PB of the 5th best player of Ocarina of Time in the world.
You believe the
Here
5th seed
live.
hasn't cut the 3? It's incredible,
Oh.
almost.
Honest, and you said you kind of like beef it, but I mean, if you check Anju's chickens early, this is definitely like
Oh,
this is
saved.
yeah.
That's why I was so worried. Like, the only way I was in it is if he put off chickens too, because it
I
just
mean,
was smooth.
let's be
sailing after
fair.
that.
Let's be fair. If chickens are the problem, it's less of a beef and more of a poultry.
Get out of here.
I'm done. I'm done.
They did vote.
Beef chicken pun you've made.
I respect the pun, but I'm done.
All right, I gotta get out of here, man. I can't do this anymore.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. I want to thank both of our runners, Use Pizza and Cloudite, for putting on an excellent show. I want to thank our trackers, which I actually have not seen who our trackers are today.
Well,
It's-
what
it
better
was-
time than now?
Siberion and Night Vale Spectre is our
Ooh.
trackers today.
Night Vale Spectre. I don't
actually
have any blue or black mana on me, so sorry about that.
He did it for the first time as well, I believe, so shoutouts to Nightwell.
That's awesome. But yeah, definitely give both of these runners a follow on Twitch if you haven't already. Used Pizza, otherwise known as DP, and also cloudike. Definitely give both of these guys a follow. They're not done yet. Of course, cloudike's going to get a shot at redemption in the losers bracket, and of course, DP moving on to take on 10th Doctor. Whew. So good luck, man. It was a fun race, man. And also, as someone, it's just a little bit of a side thing. As someone who watches you every once in a while, it was really cool getting to watch you race and commentate your race. It was awesome.
Thank you. It was real weird not like talking and reading chat the whole time. New experience.
It was definitely a new experience. Definitely something I don't think a lot of people are used to, because you're kind of used to talking out loud and looking down, like getting a little bit of feedback from your chat, but
Oh, I talk to myself all the time. And then as soon as I got in go mode, I'm like glancing at the race channel constantly. Like, is it over? Am I done? What's going on?
But yeah, definitely. And also, Dr. Bob Tasty, thank you so much for being a wonderful commentary partner. I know I can blab on and talk about nonsense a lot, so thanks for keeping me kind of grounded a little bit.
Oh, don't worry. There was plenty of nonsense coming from here as well, and I had a great time, trying to keep up.
I tried, man. I tried to kind of reel it in a bit. So, and thank everyone in chat. This is probably the busiest I've seen this chat for the last couple of randos that I've commentated. It was awesome. You guys were great the entire time. What's that, DP?
It's totally not spam.
Totally not. Every single one of those posts that they have is unique in the wrong way.
God.
They change things up.
Oh man.
So
Well,
you got another race to do, DP. I know. I'm sure Trez is waiting to kick us out of here.
Get out of here!
I'm sorry.
All right.
Wait.
I know you hate me. I'm sorry.
No. Trez is in the restreamer, so he can't be the one to yell that he needs to go to sleep. It's his own choice tonight.
I'd actually throw out Shadow, but then we have no audio anymore, so I can't.
See, I know what I
Alright.
can get away with here.
So once again, thank you all for watching. This has been an excellent run to watch, and I hope you all are looking forward to the next one. And I'll see you later. I have been Dr. Bobcat.
And I have been Kuiper Don't Care, and I hate chickens.
Fair enough.
And also, always
Good night,
check
everybody.
Steve. Always check Steve. He always has something good.
Alright, now before we do sign off, I wanted to let you all know the next race that is not a bracket will be the E Weekly tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, actually. And then for bracket races, we do have another one tomorrow between Diamond Flash and Sergeant Kills at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then the last thing we have tomorrow as well is a Link Between Worlds Any Percent, which is actually the 3DS game at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yay! I'm looking forward to that.
And anything else you want to you have before we go off here, Trez?
Yeah, chickens are great.
Shut up. I'm mad.
Don't be mad, Kuiper.
I care so much.
With that, this is Zelda Speedruns 2. Have a good night.